ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're here once again for yet another day at the EPL Masters, but it is finally the playoffs kicking off, so the invited teams will be joining us, and of course, who else will be joining me is the one, the only, Crasheroni. Take it away, my man, because this drafting, I think with this Earth Spirit opener is definitely going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, Earth Spirit stocks have skyrocketed, I think, in the past month, I feel like, or two. I think the hero's always been talked about a bit for a while. But I think what we're seeing mostly right now is that changeover from we practiced this hero last meta, like last patch. It's still good, so let's keep playing it. And we're sort of slowly starting to see over there, the past month or two, we're starting to see the old. Okay, now we've practiced with this new cool hero, and we're locked in and we're ready with it. Let's start pulling it out. And we've been seeing, I think some like true tier 2 teams. I say true tier 2 teams because these teams I feel like are like tier 1.5.
Yeah,
They're
no, I
like
get you.
right there,
I get you. The old tier 2, back when the difference between all the tiers used to be like very, mathematically
Yeah.
calculated. Because nowadays it's literally just based on the prize money. So if a tier 3 team
Yeah.
wins a really big tournament, they're suddenly a tier 1 team just because of that prize money, even though it could have been a tournament that was only tier 3 and tier 2 teams, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so a little weird, but like skill wise, right? Like they're one qualifier away from that dream league or that one new thing,
Oh yeah, that I can see.
Um,
Which is also why I really like what you said, like Earthspirit being a new and cool hero, because that really feels what it feels like, how people use him
yeah,
nowadays. Where some teams have really good strategies with it, some teams have kind of iffy strategies with it, where it's like, oh, everything relies on getting that like level 2 magnetized early, and then they don't, and the draft falls apart, that kind of thing. But I think Yellow Submarine, they definitely got to read that this Earth Spirit should be played on the aggression, that you really need to use your big health pool to go in. And the SF coming on out alongside it, I do really like, even if these bans are going to make it so hard to pick an offlaner later down the line.
I think, and you know what? If I had it in front of me, I would look it up right now. Um, Crit, I believe, tweeted. I'm not logged on to Twitter on my computer, so I can't get it for you. But I think he tweeted something like on like a 14 game win streak as pause for Spirit or something like that. I think it was Crit, and that sounds like a Crit thing to do. To be fair,
Yeah, it does. I'm
so
currently
there
tracking.
there is that world, right, where it is that pause for Earth Spirits. I'm not familiar with the game of Cemetery enough to uh say either way what it'll be. He does sort of play those um for the lack of better words, those like jerks. He plays those like jerk pause fours.
Oh yeah,
Gusks, clocks,
com-
techies, nicks.
those complete
Right?
lane
Those like
bullies. Yes, I
melee.
get you.
Yeah, Bat Rider. So Earth Spirit kind of fits there. Like he's that melee brawler, but he isn't necessarily the biggest like lane dominator.
Fair enough. I mean, the thing is, one of the reasons why he works so well as a 4 and as a mid laner is that Earth Spirit is like super momentum based nowadays.
Yeah.
You snowball really hard, which is fitting because he can also turn into a ball of stone, so I guess he gets to snowball and stoneball at people. But I do think that Invoker, Mirana, Shadow Demon, it's already painting the picture of Power Rangers wanting to play the opposite kind of Dota, right? Wanting to go for
Yeah.
more slow, methodical, and defensive Dota, and then kind of compensate with all of those pickoffs with Mirana.
Yeah, I mean it's basic Dota, but not in a bad way. Right? I feel like you look at Power Rangers draft and at most brackets of skill, you can look at this draft and go, yep, yeah, checks out. Like Bane Mirana is Shadow Demon Mirana. It's the same thing, same idea of heroes, right? It looks good, it feels good to play, and they're just we got more gas in the tank. Why not?
Yeah,
Shadow Demon is quite good into Clockwork. I mean, actually, maybe it's different now. It used to be a lot better into Clock. Well, because the idea would be you trap someone in cogs, old Clock, right? You trap someone in cogs and then ping pong them around. Shadow Demon ruins that. He either disrupts himself or disrupts you, and then kills the cogs with 3 heroes because illusions count as a hit as well. I'm not sure what it feels like now. I assume it's still fine because you can clear illusions pretty easily or clear cogs pretty easily with illusions, but
I
I
mean,
don't
it's half a hit.
know.
Isn't it half a hit per illusion nowadays, or is it like
I
different
think it's
tiers? Because
maybe. I think it's one hit though. I'm pretty sure it's one hit for cogs.
I don't.
That's why PL's really good against clock because you just destroy
No,
cogs.
no, no. The thing with PL is different. I play a lot of PL. Like, the reason why PL is so good is the ultimate now procs on non-hero, non-health having things. So
Okay,
those Lich Spires, those Tombstones, all of those give you more
sure.
illusions, and those still count for half a hero hit on PL. Because
Okay.
for PL, I know it for a fact, they went from full damage of illusions, like one hit equal to a hero,
Hmm.
to half the damage, but you spawn illusions now, and that's so much more overpowered.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah,
of
that's
course,
fair.
oh, the enemy drops the tombstone. Bloop, I'm now at my maximum huge ball of PLs and just run at people.
Yeah.
Which is also, I think, like PL is a really good call for a potential pick for Power Rangers because they do look very 4 Protect 1, and there isn't that many good
Yeah.
anti-illusion heroes right now.
Yeah, I like the Yellow Submarine TB ban. I think it fits the same bill. Right, like PL Spectre is a possibility as well.
I
It's
mean,
not the craziest Spectre game looking at it.
yeah, I was about to say, like, Terrorblade and Phantom Lancer feel so much better here
Yeah.
because of that.
You want a hero that can like kind of fuck off though. You want
Yes,
you want someone
exactly.
on the other
Just
side, you
fuck
know.
off, let the illusions run in there.
Right. If I didn't hate like with a burning passion hate Naga Siren, I could see that potential room for it too. I hate the hero so much. I see people continuously trying to make the hero work, and it keeps losing the exact same way, and it's getting so tiring.
Yes, I do really like the macro aspect and playing Naga Siren, but in this patch, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the Wind Ranger. It just feels so underwhelming for what it's supposed to do, for how much space
Mhm.
and supporting this hero needs to have a good laning stage at all.
Our Power Rangers tied all together with a nice, pretty bow. What are we looking at here? Is Bashka playing again? I assume so.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's been playing with them the whole tournament, so
Yep, still playing for Power Rangers. I really
yeah,
hope
good
it's
stuff.
something greedy like a PL or something else that's really slow, that really wants to fuck off and just snowball. Because I feel like that's what you need to do against all of this tempo from Yellow Submarine. You already
Yeah.
know Yellow Submarine are going to be in your face, whether this Earthbird is going to be mid or, support. It's snowbally. It wants to fuck off and farm, but what do you think of this Luna?
I'm never the biggest fan of Luna on heroes that can like get on top of you from long range and like disrupt you and not make you want to sort of Luna's a weird Luna's like a mobile turret. You know, like there's the Drows and the SFs, and maybe SF's a bit of a mobile turret too. These heroes that just like plop themselves on the ground one spot and don't move. Luna is a little, I feel like, different. You want to put the moon orbit, the lunar glaives, into full effect, and to do that, you do need to move around the fights a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
You
do
do
love
need
the
to
Blink
have some
Dagger
sort
build.
of
Like, Blink Dagger makes that
yeah. The
so
blink dagger feels
easy.
really good. It feels too good for how stupid it looks.
Now, honestly, I already liked it back when the meta was that carry Lunas, like the one position Lunas, would always have to go spell damage, right? There was a patch where all the Lunas would get like your Kayas, your Agonimses, and you could still go
Yeah,
hard carry. Like, that was back when Maelstrom
yeah,
and stuff was really powerful, so you would just build a Maelstrom after and go into right click. But back in those days, you would also sometimes build the Blink Dagger, and I really liked it then. Like, blink in the middle of the enemy team, throw out that
hmm,
Eclipse, and watch them panic. Because it was really the panic factor. It's not like, oh yeah, you can perfectly
yeah.
respond to the Luna, have your pipe, have your BKB, press both of those. But the panic, that moment where it's, oh crap, there's a Luna in the middle of us, let's run in all different directions, was really effective back then. And I think this playstyle is getting shut down really hard with that last pick from the Enigma as well. Like, this is a really good Enigma game, if I'm not mistaken.
It's even more tempo too, right? Like that's something you're gonna have to constantly be afraid of. I am always a little worried about Enigma. When there's like a Beastmaster in the pool. There's a Shadow Demon as well for the save. There's that long range Invoker Tornado. So it's not, I mean, the most free Enigma game, but outside of Roar, no one's building Abyssal Blade. You know, like no one's building something that post BKB to cancel that black hole outside of Roar. So that's like I think it'll be the constant sort of cat and mouse game we're gonna see played as the game gets later on. Is like, okay, like if you roar, I will black hole, but if you don't, like we're gonna keep these ultimates off the table for most fights until someone commits something.
Yeah, yeah, I do think, especially whoever makes a mistake when ulting, like makes a big mistake when ulting, is just gonna immediately get punished. Whether it be Enigma having a blink dagger and it's like, oh, Eclipse misses or Roar misses and immediately Luna blinks in, or the other way around, immediately they blink in onto the Luna, or the other way around, where it's like Luna blinks in and catches the Shadow Fiend right as he's trying to ultimate if they know that Black Hole is off cooldown.
Yeah, I love that voice. That is the voice line that I hate it so much and I love it so much. I haven't played, I think, enough Dota recently to hate the voice line, so it's still in that honeymoon phase. But like, give it a few months of 10 people in the lobby spamming "I'm a little goblin." That maybe check back in. Maybe I'll lose my mind then.
Oh, I'm already not liking the new voice
Rain.
lines. Ooh.
Already pre-leveled kick. He isn't gonna be able to kick himself out of that one, but maybe he can kick his teammates for not helping him instead.
Yeah, though honestly, he should not have been there.
Not really.
I mean, I know Earth Spirit is tanky. I know Earth Spirit is the go-to hero to be the first to peek up a high ground. But with the Mirana arrows, with that huge setup, it's still terrifying. Hakoda manages to steal one of the runes away, so it should be 50-50 runes. But the arrow!
Oh my god, what a hero arrow! They can't do it though. They can't high ground. It's such a good arrow, but Albercan Immersion, they understand the mission.
I do appreciate the aggression, though. Even just, Power Rangers kind of getting that first blood and then still continuing shows exactly that, hey, we have not gone for the late game. They could have gone for a 4 Protect 1 draft. They could have gone for the late game. They did not. So now they want to be aggressive. They want to out-tempo this Enigma.
I feel like I see this Luna Mirana lane more often than I should.
Yep, it's pretty powerful.
Not that it's like the worst lane imaginable. It just it doesn't it doesn't tick the boxes internally Dota wise for me. Right, Luna wants like this bodyguard, like kind of aggression based hero. Mirana would like a nice stun to set up for arrow, or a hero that she can just sort of leave alone and deal with. Have her deal with herself. Luna not really that hero, at least for a while. Eventually, that's gonna feel really good for Luna when you can just go jungle at like level 4, level 5 if you have to.
Oh yeah, what makes it good is the power curves. Like the only reason why people love laning that and why it feels really easy and really good to play is literally just that the power curve means you have like all of that extra right click from the Mirana passive and Luna passive stacking up, and you can already see that. Because Cemetery, he is playing one of the best lane dominating heroes together with an Enigma. The fact that they're like pretty 50-50 on the harass battle kind of shows the power of this lane. But I do agree the main goal here is, oh, okay, my Luna is now online. Luna, you go jungle and I go, hunt, use those arrows. Because most of the time, by the time that you have enough burst damage and that you really need to get those arrow kills, as long as the Luna doesn't feed in the laning stage, you can leave her alone. The only risk, the only issue is if the Luna has a rough lane, then Mirana cannot, like you said, be that bodyguard, be that helper to kind of get it back to where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's definitely a lane that doesn't pass the eye test, but I've played this lane one too many times to at this point still rightfully hate it.
As the support or as the carry or against it?
Both actually. Mostly more recently the support. I have not played carry in years.
Fair enough. I'm usually a carry player, like a one-position spammer, but this patch, like whenever there's tickets telling people, hey, pick a hero you can't play in your ranked games, I do not. I regretted all of my carry games so hard, because you got really funny stuff, right? And I mean funny stuff as in what people pick so that they get their stupid event tickets.
Yeah. See, I don't vibe with that idea of ranked. If I want to play ranked, I'm going to play ranked, right? I don't need MMR number go up to feel good about playing Dota.
On the one hand,
But also, I don't ever solo queue. So if I ever solo queue, if you ever catch me solo queuing, send me a wellness check. Something's wrong.
I mean, speaking of wellness checks, Hakoda may need one as well over on the bottom lane. The aggression is amassing, and that's gonna make it 3 kills in favor of Power Rangers. Though,
Almost battery assault too. It's like double doesn't feel good.
yeah, let me assure you though that solo queue, like, it feels horrible for everyone, but
It's awful.
it is. Though usually in solo queue, like as the carry player, genuinely find whichever support isn't an idiot and kiss up to that support, and you're gonna have a good game. That's how I actually
See, that's the right way to play it. The problem with ranked games for me is I'm not just playing the game, I'm playing my teammates.
Yep.
And it's just a lot of work. I'm trying to chill and vibe, man. I don't want to I don't want to put on my business face for the schmucks in the top lane. I don't care about them. They don't care about me. Let's just move on, you know.
Oh, I'm that angry guy who immediately starts flame wars when people fuck up. Because I don't mind people playing bad, but if you have shit, like literally, you know, role abusing is really, really common on the, in the trenches, where you will literally get a 5 position Shadow Fiend, and then you're sitting there as like a super greedy anti-mage or whatever, and you got a Shadow Fiend taking all of your last and never pulling and telling you to pull. Bro, my last game was the opposite. I had a Witch Doctor, and the Witch Doctor was like making a stack on the pull camp, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, my support is immediately going for the hard pull. Speaking of hard pulls, Cemetery tried to interrupt the pull from Mirana with the Eidolons being there, and till the end manages to get away, but that was awfully close.
The drums pick up. I love that people have figured this out with Enigma. I actually think this is something that will probably unironically get changed. I think that this is maybe too strong. Because you can, like, if you're right on the money, you can almost like triple up on Eidolons until the end. Unfortunately, tried to snipe Cemetery, not to be able to. But Luna has hit that critical mark, level 4. Time to go jungle. Bye bye, Bashka. See you in 20 minutes.
They are gonna lose Lunas' tower incredibly early at this rate, because there is a like 3rd hero rotating over into the top lane, but Shigetsu is also starting to be pressured now.
I'm pretty sure he's just cooked.
Yep.
Yeah. With the singular boar hunting him as well, it really did make the difference.
Yeah, I did not see that boar before, and then you said he was cooked, and I saw it, and yep, 100%, because that slow is so cancerous.
It's just that like little bit of extra, you know, zhuzh that he needed. So very well done.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Yellow Submarine, they are in a kind of mimic position, but I do think having pushed down that top tier 1 earlier, like before they got to deal with their own bottom tier 1, is definitely a little bit of an advantage that they are trying to capitalize on with Clockwork here. But Hakoda knows he needs to be careful during this early game.
Clock, outside of like maybe Earth Spirit, at this moment is probably the biggest threat on Yellow Submarines. Like, obviously Earth Spirit, but like, you're not gonna get 5-man Black Hole at 7 minutes, and if you do, that's your fault. You know, SF is obviously gonna be an issue too, but he's just as susceptible to dying as you are, I feel like. And Hoodwink's not level 6 yet.
I mean, one thing that
hero
I really...
plus Clockwork's all they need.
Fair enough. Though the one thing I don't like about the like SF Luna matchup is that neither of them is gonna have a good time setting up, right? If Luna gets too close to the SF to get that orbit, it'll be like Requiem. The other way around, if the SF walks in over eager and is like, Muhaha, I'm gonna Requiem you, and Luna gets vision on him, she's just gonna press the Eclipse. So I feel like neither team is currently doubling down on the vision yet, and that's why we're kind of talking a lot off topic. Because see, they always place a ward before they try to do something, just like with mid. We know there's a kill attempt happening on mid lane just because they place a ward there. And the same with the Dire now that are going into this Radiant jungle, making sure to play some aggressive vision. Their Invoker's already being gone off.
Yeah, Submarine strikes first. Maybe some sort of cleanup, but anything you try to do after this is incredibly risky. Especially with Enigma and the Eidolon army showing up.
Oh, SF on bottom lane just using a defensive Requiem, but he won't even get more than a creep wave out of the ultimate.
Immersion. Immersion, no.
Womp womp.
What can you do?
Not move out of
Okay.
the corner,
Really?
apparently.
Lives significantly longer than I thought he would, to be fair. But I think that's what Clockwork had to put a point into Rocket Flare as well. So there's one less point into Cogs than he probably should. They see the ward till the end. Jump away.
Ooh.
Will he dodge the kick? Yes. Will he
Invoke,
dodge the Cog?
Invoke doing some really good
Yes.
positioning. He gave vision, so Mirana actually kind of knows where everybody is hunting for her. And now that Kiyotaka gets back up, they're gonna try to turn around, but Samatari, he's on that freaking hoodwink. He can just walk out of there.
Stupid squirrel.
I mean, still, as far as the words tell us, it's gonna be a bit more farming, a bit more chill.
Yeah.
Because again, you can tell really well with this being such a 50-50 matchup with vision and initiation mattering, neither team will ever dare to step out of their comfort zone into the dark.
Yeah, walking up high ground without vision is always going to be the killer. Nice Sunstriker once again by Kiyotaka. It's been on point all game.
There may be a follow-up with beautiful Beastmaster Roar straight into the meatball. Rain is gonna go down, and even Shigetsu needs to be kind of careful here. He will make sure to get that Dominator, but we've been talking about it earlier. Once those boars are on you, that's a really, really big danger. Out comes another Sunstrike, misses, but the X to him in anyways.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't on Shigetsu, right? You run away, you get hit by the Sunstrike. You don't run away, he got beaten down by boars.
Well, they make it
Everything
till
else
the
you can
end.
imagine.
So at least one return kill and a support. Though both of the carries are trying to farm up, and every time the SF tries to, he's faced with just a little bit more aggression, so you can already see a difference.
Yeah.
Because I know at some point Luna gets to outfarm every other hero in the game, but we're not there yet. As a matter of fact, up until 10 minutes, SF should always be ahead of the Luna, and that's not the case. Not because Luna had an easy lane, but because they just instead choose to make the SF's lane that little bit more difficult, right?
Yeah, both these heroes were jungling by level 4. And that does favor Luna. SF can certainly farm fast, farm stacks. But he needs to use mana for that. That's a resource that Luna isn't necessarily required to use to gain her farm. She just sits there and clicks. Sure, I mean she can Lucent Beam something, I guess, but why? Why would you do that?
No, you only press the glaives to farm. Like, you literally only press
exactly.
the lunar orbit.
It's like you AFK. You can shift a click to all the 6 camps, hands off the keyboard, lean back, and just listen to farm and chill or something like that.
Yep. Oh, that sounds like a great time, though. If your team makes you that much space as a carry, it's always amazing. But speaking of space, Enigma, he just got baited so hard into thinking there was only 2 on him, not realizing Mirana was really just hoping for that ultimate.
I mean, Luna was also back there with the Lucid Beam locked and loaded. That was very wishful thinking. It's hard, though, right? Because your teammate's telling you to do it. And there is a tier 1 right there. And they're already TPing, which we saw. Like, 3 heroes were there pretty quickly. It's so... Oh, man. I get it, but now they're on the big back foot. Because that is their big teamfight ultimate. There's still Roar available on Power Rangers.
Oh, beautiful catch to open things up, though. And you should not have said that. I think this is going to be a case of chaos.
Yeah, that's
curse.
my bad. So the Roar is actually, it's gone. I don't know where he forgotten his other pants. He's just going to run home for 24 seconds and pick that up. But when he's back, he'll have Roar.
Yeah, the Roar...
When he comes back, he'll have Roar.
It was in his other pants. It happens. I also always forget my ultimates in my other pants when...
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's just... We're all human, right? It can happen to the best of us.
Sometimes we're level 6 and we don't level our ultimate. Oops. Well, sometimes we put a second point into battery cell. What can you do?
I mean...
It's not what happened.
But... Yeah, not here, but I do kind of like some of those builds. Like, there's a lot of heroes where I feel the ultimates are so overrated when they force you to go out of your way to get a good use of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, Jug getting... like Jug leveling stats over Blade Dance, like, 10 years ago? That was always funny to me. You get, like, what, 1 point into Blade Dance, then points into stats or something like that?
Yeah.
Hook shot into... Not enough damage. No one has vision, I guess. I was really expecting,
Oof.
I mean, literally anything from Yellow Submarine, but I guess they forgot that Invoker goes invisible.
Well,
There's
I
a
don't
turn
think
kill into
they
the
expected
Mirana.
both of these supports to set up so perfectly, and Luna, she even gets tempted to try and turn around and get revenge for the Mirana, but everybody's still too tanky. It's still very kind of 5 to 10 minutes before anybody has any notable damage. But I do agree that
Yeah.
initiation, it started looking really good, and then immediately went downhill.
Also, I heard it earlier. I wasn't quite sure who it was on, but our Invoker has finished an Orchid,
Radiant are
which
scanning.
I'm going to be pretty honest with you. Have not seen in a while, and I really dislike.
Usually I would too, this draft. I mean, you gotta admit, the entire team of Yellow Submarines gets hard countered by a silence. So I think this is
I
this is
guess.
literally more of a, you know, poor man's sheep stick in this game than building it for doing what an Orchid does. Because I agree, Orchid on Invoker just feels so bad, but the silence does not.
Another little freebie onto Mirana. The ball, the earth, the spirit is finally rolling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he is gonna start getting some momentum finally, also having a game for himself. Whether he can hold on to that or not remains to be seen. But we may definitely be in for a good show.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Because as for Invoker, like, that's kind of what's worrying me, right? As for Invoker, yeah, he's the bottom of the course in terms of net worth, but it's an Invoker. He is guaranteed to come online because we've seen him hit enough Sunstrikes to do so.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of time from here.
I mean, I think for me, my problem is that he hasn't built that farming item. He hasn't built that damage item. He's built this item that makes him want to do things. You're not building Orchid to go farm AFK.
Well, we're gonna see whether he can use it or not.
I just want him to use it, you know, and if you use it, I don't care. I don't care what item you buy. If you're using it, I really don't care. But if you're gonna buy Orchid and sit on it, I don't know. It's like my biggest gripe.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure how good as of a first item it is. Because I'm old school when it comes to my Invoker builds, right? I would have gone Midas into the Orchid just for that little bit
Right.
of extra XP. Because we can already see Invoker starting to fall behind in experience right now, but there's the initiation from an impatient Clockwork and a Clockwork for a Beastmaster. Not really the opening either team wanted because the Roar has been forgotten about once again. Enigma, however, got the Black Hole cancelled, so it's not like he can do anything else. And in a corner, but you has some time to regret his life decisions before he will be going down.
Man, it was a beautiful Black Hole too. And it just nobody cared because good old immersion there on the backline started that disruption
Radiant's
almost
middle tower
immediately.
is under attack.
Yep. And the Orchid was used. I think you cannot complain.
The Orchid was used.
Invoker
Orchid
got
was
some
used.
really good Orchid value out of that.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower
'Cause
is
again,
under attack.
I'm kind of struck. On the one hand, I completely agree with you. Yeah, Orchid, it feels like too much of a right-click item. It's not great on Invoker. But on the other hand, the first time I was also really confused by hearing it, but it makes sense, right? Like, there's no
Yeah.
hero that got any answer to the silence, and Power Rangers, they do have this one really big weak spot, glowing and super obvious though, like a 90s game video boss, and that is if you gank this Luna, she's basically a piggy bank. You're gonna make so much money because she's been snowballing, and if you haven't seen Luna in the team fights for like 5 to 10 minutes, you know what she's up to.
Yeah, yeah. It's not hard, right? You know Luna's gonna be in like Cuck's Cove up here, or somewhere around like that top strip, or somewhere along the lines of this jungle. Because Luna doesn't really like to farm this triangle area. Nice hook shot. Leaves him on a sentry. And immersion. No amount of disruptions will be able to save you from this one.
Yeah. The Cogs have been doing so much work here from the Clockwork. Hakoda 2 is gonna fall off at some point, but I really like his Clockwork 2 was always one of the most early game heroes that you can imagine. Oh, another burst.
Clips and roar, yeah. Not much you can do about that one.
Yeah,
The end even gets to finish off Dakota.
If they can get Kiyotaka at least, that's a very valuable return kill. Not quite the Luna they were looking for, but a valuable return kill at least.
But it does mean that they get free Roshan, so maybe it is worth it. Just sacrifice your Invoker for that sort of play.
I mean, as long as the Luna isn't going down, maybe, indeed, because, you know, if the Invoker ends up falling off, and that's fine, like, Luna is a 1v5 carry, but if both of them, like the Luna and the Invoker, fall off, now that would be a disaster.
I mean, I did not expect Power Rangers to be the team to take the first Roshan. So I think all in all, this is a good sort of state for them right now.
Well, it can be a really good state, but they do need to find that initiation for it. Because they have had really good, really clean team fights, because the Enigma is so easy to completely invalidate throughout the team fight.
They will have to respect the BKB Enigma when it comes out, though. Mirana maybe bites off a bit more than she can chew. They're supposed to be afraid when you TP up top, not sit there and double down and wait for a hero to, show up alone like that. That's not how this works.
I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, how do you get an initiation in on the Radiant, though? Because Luna, she's easy to gank. Well, she was easy to gank until she picked up that Aegis. So now she's finally a bit bolder as far as her farm goes, right? No longer has to optimize the farming patterns for not being seen, but just optimize them for getting from one camp to the other as quickly as possible. So 5 minutes of you can't gank the Luna, but the other way around, how do you, smoke initiate on yellow Submarine right now, or get a good fight? Because like you said, they have to respect the BKB on Enigma. They have to respect that black hole now being up. But if you just take out the Enigma, like with a smoke gank or something, it's instantly another team fight one for Power Rangers with that Aegis.
Yeah. You also, I think the idea is, I think pretty much what they have been doing, they just don't have that BKB yet. They need to hookshot onto Clockwork, roll in on Earth Spirit, and let the Enigma be like the second or third hero in. The later, I feel like, in these fights that you're playing around Black Hole and able to win engagements, it feels significantly better for you.
As now there's a 3-man smoke from Power Rangers, indeed trying for that difficult initiation, but Yellow Submarine are immediately going to counter, looking for a fight with the Requiem themselves. Oh boy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arrow. Oh.
Arrow
Off
of the mark.
But forces the BKB.
And a good hookshot from Hakoda. So with that
Yes.
forced BKB, Rain is still going to get his pound of flash.
And there's that Enigma BKB. In his pocket, for real, for real. The big time BKB is coming out for lots of different heroes. I think Luna will have her soon too. But Beast has Earth Spirit. Obviously, it's just used. And Enigma SF will be, one coming around the corner for SF2, I would assume.
Yeah.
Not even close, actually.
I mean, SF, I would really like to see him pick up either a BKB or something that allows for those Requiems, but still fits the right clicker build, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's queued up a pipe
Wait, on the SF?
on the Invoker as well. They black holed him, killed him.
Wait, who's got the pipe queued up? Huh?
The pipe.
Oh, the pike. Okay, no, my bad.
Pipe. Pipe Shadow Fiend, what do you mean? It's so good.
I mean, nothing surprises me this patch. As far as itemization goes, nothing surprises me because of my pups being that rough. Maybe
Anything can work. What do you mean?
it can. Like, I'm a big fan of building bashes on ranged heroes, right? There's a few ranged heroes that make bashes proc really easily, and I always build those.
I thought it was really funny to me seeing a Coddle build Abyssal Blade, and I think it was a Coddle in a pro game. Because it just so happened to be the exact same hero that I had done it on like 5 years ago when Blink was Abyssal was like that Blink Abyssal sort of thing. Roared up, Hakoda. causing such chaos, such a menace in these fights. Eats an arrow right in the face.
But they
No
want to
BKB
fight
on
up this
SF,
high
they pulled
ground.
him in.
They
That may be a little bit of a misplay there.
Earthbird gets a nice magnetize, immediately gets obliterated for it though, and yeah, Yellow Submarine, they're just not getting clean initiations themselves anymore.
A lot harder to start fights. You don't have a single true initiation tool. You have a lot, which can sometimes muddy comms, right? Muddy the water if there's not clear roles set. Which, I mean, Yellow Submarine is a very competent team. I would assume they have an idea of how they want to be layering these fights. They just, I don't know, like that fight specifically, SF sort of walks in and they grip him backwards, and then that puts Earthspirit in a weird spot because SF's trying to fight and Earthspirit's trying to get the hell out of there. And I don't know, like different pages. I feel like the one constant will always be how damn good these cogs have looked.
Yep, yet another one falls to them with the SF really benefiting from all of that setup. Hakoda though, I don't know, I do really love that whole buy chainmails thing on the Clockwork, but we are approaching the timing where he's kind of expected to have at least eaten one of them because the tempo is kind of, you know, getting more hostile as time goes on.
I think that he should be able to eat any armor item outside of Ring of Protection. I think that's how you fix that. Or he eats it for like +1 armor or something like that. I think there needs to be some sort of benefit to it other than
No
you've eaten a
slots.
chainmail. Isn't that funny?
I mean,
Till the end.
it can get really overpowered really easily if you eat enough of them, but it really only feels like a mid-Clockwork that benefits from it a lot.
Yeah.
As till
Oh,
the
Moonlight
end
Shadow
gets
for
like-
Magnetize, is that worth it? Maybe. You're only dead for 30 seconds on the Mirana. That's going to give your Invoker time for his BKB to come back up.
I think the only reason like why they went for that is that Luna also does not want to fight yet, because if you see that she's got the butterfly queued up, she's almost there. Like, she's already got the Eagle song, may as well complete the butterfly before the next team fight.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's not like this SF's getting MKB anytime soon. Like, it really, it's going to be a hot minute until we see him because he needs this BKB so bad.
I'm really trying to figure out how the next team fight is gonna go, but it won't be a team fight. It will just be a circle saw running at the Clockwork, it seems.
Yeah, that's a DD Luna right in your face. Not much you can do about that one.
Watch as your next tower falls, I guess.
Yeah. The only thing that could have made that worse was if there was another hero standing beside him to bounce blades off.
Yep. Though, with the triangle taken over, you may get that worst scenario just yet. Because they're gonna be forced to fight, and it was a bit of a struggle game for the SF. Like, if they don't make a comeback, then it's really just because SF had too hard of a time to come online, while the Enigma also wasn't doing anything yet. Because now, sure, Enigma has the BKB, everybody has to actually respect the black holes. But SF doesn't out-damage the Luna, SF doesn't outscale the Luna. Your only chance is for Luna to make a mistake soon and then to punish it.
Well, it's always a possibility. Something that I do feel like is actually playable for in Dota. Because you can force mistakes out of people too. It's not always just they need to make the mistake. Whatever way that they can, take control, I guess, of that scenario would be best for them. But
A good black
right
hole.
now, Roshan is the big target everyone's mulling towards.
Yellow Submarine, break the smoke.
Hello? Well, they are,
Oh.
I mean, tail between their legs, running
No. I
as
think this can be
fast
good.
as they possibly
I
can.
think they have the black hole left. I think that can be good because that was the first time all game we've seen them do the other option, right? Because in that scenario that we just had, where you try to initiate as not as good of an initiation as you wanted, every time before we've seen yellow submarine just throw out the BKB black hole, just throw out the black hole, right? Crap, we're messing up the fight. We gotta salvage it now. This time they're holding on to the black hole, and it may be the right move.
Well, let's find out. We're up on the clock.
Hakoda
The
just
sun
deleted.
and the moon come together. The sun and the stars. The sun is a star.
Yep. Well,
Media
the whole
buyback
star
is
thing
odd.
that Mirana stands for is a little bit different, because, you know...
Yeah, it's like the lunar stars, not the solar stars.
I mean, not just that, but it comes from the whole medieval thing, where back when we thought the stars were literally messages from God written into the sky for us, right? So...
But they are. What do you mean?
Yes, clearly. And if you are good enough at listening to those messages and doing what they tell you, then you may become so powerful that you can break X's arm with one hand. Because Marcy is stronger than X, canonically speaking, in terms of physical strength.
Oh, Hookshot gets whiffed. Shigetsu eats that one too. He eats his BKB and his Clockwork Hook. The initiation is scuffed, magnetized, and BKB has been used. And at this point, Earth Spirit, he's had to overcommit. He's gonna get one support, and he might be able to get another, but it feels very costly.
I don't think so yet, because again, the big
They
reach was
roared
being
up
held,
the
but...
Enigma, no BKB, no Black Hole. But SF? They left SF alone despite all of this.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, the hookshot was definitely whiffed, but after the Luna was in such a bad position that SF was like, nah, I'm just gonna stand here and go turret mode. If they punish me, one of my supports will die for me.
Dire's middle
And
tower
he has
has
that confidence, he stands still and starts attacking. Nobody can contest him there, or else they would have lost their invokers both.
Oh my goodness. I don't even think you needed that Orchid, Kyotaga, but he does it anyways.
It's not about needing it, it's about sending a message.
100%, 100%.
The prize is mine.
Gotta make some squirrel on a stick.
Used to know someone who ate squirrel.
I really
Get on
want
my
to.
bus.
Just for like the Mongolians, I think it is, have a culture where they eat every animal to kind of prove that they're the superior, you know, the higher part in the food chain, basically. And I kind of want to try
Interesting.
squirrel, because they're one of those animals that I've killed, right, hunting varmint and shit, when they,
Sure.
like, the invasive ones, of course. But they do pose a big threat to chickens, because they will literally gnaw on your chickens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, it's only the invasive ones in the respective nation, because I know for us the red squirrels are native, and the gray ones from the Americas get really aggressive, because there's so many of them, because they don't have enough natural predators, that they will get in your chicken coop
Interesting.
and munch on your chickens.
Weird.
But I've killed my share of those, and apparently in America they're literally being farm raised to eat in some places, because it's a tradition to eat them. And I kind of want to try that, because obviously the ones that I shot weren't tasty looking or anything, but I can kind of imagine that it would be like a unique experience if it's actually like in clean conditions, farm raised, and all of that fancy stuff, right?
Sure. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. The kid that I knew that ate squirrel, he would it'd be the same though. Like he would just shoot it and eat it instead of like actually being prepared and farmed and you know.
But I mean, in some places you can do that, especially up in Canada, in those like really rural places, there's nothing
Yeah.
bad that gets into the squirrels.
Hook shots.
Uh-oh.
Another support kill, but they do use roar onto the SF, which means the black hole is free.
But speaking
It's
of
a
the
free black hole
squirrel,
game.
Shigetsu once again
Your
able to
name
go
on
into
it.
turret mode now.
SF's just having a lot easier of a time in these fights than Luna.
I mean, right now he wasn't. That was all the supports, but holy crap. That was like a perfect response. The bushwhack, the sharpshooter, as well as clockwork, knowing that like zoning cogs are enough. Because if you overcommit as the clockwork, you also just end up standing in your carry's way there, and he didn't, and I think that's also something worth complimenting. Because now, look at how hard of a time Power Rangers are gonna have contesting this pit.
you guys can just sort of walk in here for free. I do like the slow send-in of
Oh.
illusions, but
Out
Your
comes the
suppies.
Eclipse, instant black hole onto 2SF doing so much damage, but the bouncing blades will kill the Enigma. Still the best black hole we've seen all game as Shigetsu now man fighting the Luna and once again saved, but this time around not by the support, but by his mid. They get the Roche.
it just doesn't seem like
Oh, maybe.
Power Rangers are able to respond. They're not like doing anything to respond effectively. They're having a really hard time after. I mean, this is, I think, the Yellow Submarine multi-form initiation, right? Like,
Yep.
you can't do anything when Clock hooks one of you, Earth Spirit jumps the other one. The fight starts split in two. It can be clunky for Yellow Submarine side, sure, but they're doing it well. They're communicating well, right? They are proving that they know how to play this and they know what they're doing, and good for them, you know.
I mean, the one thing, do keep in mind, Luna got 2 terrifying, like, game-changing items queued up still. Because I think this Blink deck is coming in very late, and I get why, because we've talked about the Requiem, like, you blink into SF's melee range, and it's gonna be a massive Requiem, and you're forced to walk away. But now that you have the BKB, I think Blink Dagger should be the next item for the Luna, just to get on top of that SF in situations like the last team fight that we saw.
Yeah, you need to you need some sort of gap closer. That's been, I think, the Luna big problem, is that she hasn't been able to consistently have like her get on top of people. Her teammates haven't been having a hard time getting on top of people necessarily, and the other team hasn't been having a hard time getting on top of you and your teammates. But it's hard to do it on your terms. I think that like that blink will definitely help Luna decide when her terms are.
Yep. Especially also with those ultimates, because that ultimate, you saw it come out and immediately they went on top of the Luna saying like, nope, you do not get close to anyone.
Yeah. And the black hole, like you said, like one of the best, despite it just hitting Luna. Didn't need to hit anyone else. The fight is won because the highest net worth hero on the enemy team is controlled.
Out comes another beautiful hook shot. Clockwork, he may earn that MVP yet, but the follow-up is a little bit difficult with the Mirana ultimate and a lack of vision. They get a support for support trade, but now they gotta follow it up with something good, and I don't think they have the vision to do so. Earthspirit is gonna try, but a little bit too slow.
Very funny. Just arrow the Clockwork while he's in the ice wall with the Forge Spirits hitting him. There was nothing he could do despite getting a very good pickoff on the Shadow Demon. He just eats, absolutely eats it. Okay, we have a Lincoln Sphere now on Enigma.
Ooh, that's worth pointing out.
Yeah.
I would have totally missed that one, but it's gonna be a huge game changer once again because they only have one BKB piercing tool to interrupt it with, and the Lincoln Sphere perfect counters it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now it's just that extra layer of difficulty. Because things get chaotic in fights. You know, and it's not to say the teams aren't communicating in fights or are bad at communicating. I think that's one of the core things in high-level Dota. But any sort of thing you can add to just make it a little bit more difficult, to complicate things, somebody in the water just a bit, you will absolutely, take. And of course, it being an insanely good item to help there.
Yep. Enigma feels a lot more confident sitting behind his SF now, and SF will immediately take the opportunity to push some high ground. The arrow whiffed though, oh no.
Radiant's top base has fallen.
Oh, they do get the roar. Okay, that's Aegis.
It is.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it was
And
costly.
looks like Top Racks got taken by Radiant or by
Oh,
Dire.
wait, what? That's,
The Invoker Forge Spirits.
damn, that's actually not that bad then. Because, yeah, without those racks, that's not worth it. But if you get those racks, then having a really costly defense like that is actually kind of good.
It looks like it was just the range racks, but it's still something.
I mean, he's got to keep going from the looks of it.
Yeah, he's actually going right now. He's making a personal appearance.
Just sending up the Forge Spirits again, forcing teleports back into the
Yeah.
base immediately, and then just walks away.
Yeah, he got no skin in this game. He doesn't need to be here. But this forces everyone on the Yellow Submarines off his side of the map. Very well done.
I mean, the gold lead is still favoring the side of Power Rangers, which is insane, because he's gotta fall off, like, all the rules, everything I know about Dota says this SF is gonna fall off. But I don't think the Enigma and the supports that have been allowing him to stay in turret mode every team fight are gonna struggle anytime soon.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's similar to the threat of Alchemist, right? Like, yes, you know, SF, and I think Luna in a lesser extent, hits critical mass very quickly. Nice hook shot, stops the BKB TP from Kiyotaka. They don't even need to commit the black hole. They will use the BKB just to make sure that there's no more funny business, because Kiyotaka did trade a kill.
Yeah, he didn't get the value out of that Orchid from earlier. Like, now we're at the point where people will actually respond to that Orchid. Now we're at the point where people will actually respond to those blings. And with that, Shigetsu. Oof. That's not good.
They get the roar, okay. So now they get him alone, isolated, and they do finally kill him. It looked a little sketchy when they were trying to figure out who to roar. Which one of these illusions is the real one. And that's an awful place to die, too, especially with a creep wave coming in.
The pressure is on the gold team now. And they don't know that SF doesn't have buyback, which is why they're being awfully respected. Like, your Power Rangers did not, you know, have player perspective. They knew, like, oh, no buyback, they would immediately be pushing up the high ground.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All right, chat, someone get in there, DM them. Just kidding, there's a delay. You can't do that.
People have tried. Lord knows people try that.
Oh, I bet people have definitely tried.
Out, but they're chasing after her.
That was 2 more heroes than I expected to be on that cliff. Roar onto the Earth Spirit. Oh, he is so dead. Alone, isolated. Yellow Submarines has been a constant problem with them this game. Is isolating themselves.
Yep. They want to play the map, they want to spread out the map, but it's not really going anywhere right now, as Hakoda ran after with 2 more glaives, is going to get taken down, and Bashka putting in some very good work on the towers.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
All right, one big black hole. That's what they need. They need a black hole, and they need a Requiem to end all Requiems. Here it comes, baby. Big black hole. There it is. Onto the Luna. They actually got the Shadow Demon as well. Good to save the Luna. Bashka's alive for the tail end of it, but not long enough. We'll take down the Luna. 100 seconds without her. Mirana will barely live just by the hairs of her chinny chin chin, but the Rack's top will not. So, all in all, it is still 2 lanes.
And yeah, it's not Megas at least, because against Megas it would be a death sentence, but I do think this Luna respawn is now not nearly as big of a deal as you would think it is.
They're not going to be able to pressure it effectively. If they push down mid and they take 1 lane, I think you're quite fine with that as Power Rangers. And by the time they take, they're starting to take 2, Luna's going to be up enough that you can't really stick around too hard on Yellow Submarine. Because if you're getting to a point now where no one on your team has buyback.
Yeah.
You need to either farm buyback or go push. And obviously, safer options to go buyback. Because you're always going to end up with another fight anyways. It matters sort of where. And with or without buyback is always going to be the big difference. And Power Rangers probably need to do the same thing too a little bit. They're quite close, all of them. Just making sure that those numbers are, over. They are up to date on payments to the bank.
I mean,
Radiant's bottom
Luna's
tower
gonna
is
farm
under
so
attack.
quickly it'll take her like less than a minute to farm the buyback. The question is there anything Yellow Submarine can do to capitalize on this? Because this is so much free space that they don't dare to use simply for this lack of high ground vision. Clockwork sometimes shoots out a flare, makes sure to at least give some of that vision away, but we're still not really moving forward as fast as we would like to.
Hello, there it is.
Radiant's bottom tower
On the side, they can't quite get Mirana in time. Oh my goodness, that one stray SF right click almost really done him in.
Yeah, Shigetsu, he does have the damage as long as he gets lucky on those crits. Though, with an aggressive smoke, it's maybe a greedy attempt at the Roshan, which has just respawned.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, both teams know this is the Roshan that's probably going to end the game one way or the other.
I mean, it could, but like you pointed out, there is those buybacks, so there is a little bit of chances for, you know, a mistake again, a really rough position to lose the Aegis, that kind of thing. But we'll see, because this next team fight is definitely going to be hugely important one way or the other. There it goes. Oh boy, in comes the hookshot, in comes the Cox. Luna though, locked in place. Bashka, BKB out. Rain immediately counter BKBs, but no bounce for the Luna as Invoker stuck in the back, and there's the Enigma to finally grab her, lock her down. Bashka, oof, that was just very, very rough for him. He had an ultimate, but I don't think without the Aghanim Scepter it would have really made the difference there either. And now it's gonna be a 3-4-0, because even Kiyotaka does not get to escape.
It was a great save on the Enigma too. The only way you kill him is by roaring him like that, isolating him and killing him. And because you have an Earth Spirit, you always have ways to manipulate that. He's isolated, pull him in, kick him away, easy peasy, he's gone.
Invoker is gonna commit to the buyback. They realize letting Shigetsu get this Aegis could potentially be the writing on the wall. And there is an Earth Spirit immediately coming forward, making sure to scout out what's happening as Beastmaster just teleports out, says, nah, we don't get the Aegis, but at least we don't lose any more kills.
Maybe the players does Invoker buyback push up bottom. I can't imagine that you're buying back to take that Roche fight. But like, I just can't. I don't know why you would buy back in general in that scenario.
I think the idea was like, oh, if we steal this Roche lasted, like we immediately get the buyback money back. Because there was a Sunstrike and it was pretty close timing-wise. There was no follow-up after.
Or gets used. So 3v3 down bottom. This is best case scenario for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Here's the rest of your team, Yellow Submarine.
Aegis immediately taken away. Shigetsu will be scary enough as he responds to force everybody back, because now he does have backup. But Yellow, they wanted to farm those buybacks we were talking about, and in doing so, not just 1 but 2 kills will get taken away.
What a crazy roll.
At least a return kill on the Mirana, though I feel like Mirana is the one person always taking these deaths in those trades. Like, look at Mirana's
support.
How the hell is she top of net worth? Like, 10 deaths and top of net worth for the supports. That's pretty crazy to me, actually.
It's just Mirana things, I feel like. The hero farms pretty well with Starfall. It's like, well, who are you comparing it to? Like Claw, like Hoodwink, to be fair, I feel like should be higher net worth. Shadow
Agreed.
Demon farms pretty well. But Clock ain't farming nothing. RIP my boy doing, 1.5 damage to creeps with battery assault or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, like, even then, I think you can still farm efficiently with battery assault. The main problem is that requires you to have a way more dominant, a way more fast-forward laning stage, right? Where you kind of buy a Clarity, buy assault, and then take those to the jungle camps. On the high ground, Earth Spirit lives through the Orchid, can get back to the fountain to regen himself. Still closer than he thought it would be.
Both supports in about 5 seconds will all be up. Crazy that, like, Yellow Summer... Power Rangers are the racks up. Yellow Submarine just took Roshan. But Power Rangers are on their side of the map, on the Yellow Submarine side of the map, looking to fight. It's an incredible game state that can only come out of games that are so damn close.
Yep. I do like that, like, the first day of the playoffs today, the first game is immediately this close, though, because I have really high hopes for the quality of the playoff games. Group stages were a mess with the TI qualifiers and teams dropping out, so getting some good action, getting some really close 50-50 matchups, exactly what we're here for. And it's kind of funny how this game is hyper-aggression, super slow, hyper-aggression, super slow, because there is a decent kill total already. It's just that every time that these teams go farm, their opponent won't hinder them, right? Like, both teams are just like, okay, then let's farm.
Yeah, it's they shake hands, you know, like, we can't see the all chat, but you know, the farm time, and then they'll shake hands, and then they'll all go farm.
It really feels like that, and it reminds me so much of that old school Chinese Dota, because that kind of used to be similar, right? But it would also be, oh hey guys, let's just farm up for an hour because we got nothing. We just have nothing better to do.
I love watching different versions of that sort of like agreement in Dota, you know, like those adaptations to it. Wards get dewarded, Immersion's trying to make a great escape.
Ah, he's fine.
And he's able to get out. He purges it off of himself, all the gunk from the beginning. SF.
Oh, the black
hole connects, but they didn't catch Luna. It's not going to be an issue. Bashka, they need to get on SF. They need to kill this SF. He's just standing on the high ground, destroying them all. Finally make that escape away from SF. He's no longer hitting the cores. He's spending time killing Shadow Demon. Finally he'll turn around. One raise for Luna and a tick out there for Alberca from the Magnetize.
Ah, so that's how he went down. Because, yeah, Kiyotaka, like, he was the last core remaining for the SF2 hit, and he didn't have vision. Because he really wanted to get him. He tried throwing a few blind raises as well. Because Invoker was that close to death. But yeah, as long as the SF gets a fight like that, because the black hole was whiffed. They tried to get it on 2, and the Luna just barely, like, I think it was piked out of it, I'm not sure.
They still got the Beast and the Invoker, no? So...
I mean,
yeah, Beast Invoker was a Beast Marana or something. Either way, it was still fine. But I think the black hole was secondary to SF sitting on that high ground uncontested.
Yep. I mean, it did help by making him even more uncontestable. So I do think it was like a large contributing factor. But SF definitely 80% of that team fight there, just doing way more damage than anyone is able to handle. And now he's turning that damage into tower damage, taking the first tier 3 for the side of Yellow Submarine in exchange for Shigetsu losing all of his mana pool.
My favorite types of cores. The ones that actually turn their net worth into, like, objectives. You really do love to see it.
Yep. Oh man, that also reminds me of traumatizing pups.
Guys, my pause 1 Ricky is so farmed. Look at him go. Oh, what's that? Can't do anything with it? Okay.
Invo, he's desperate. He's getting back to steal that wisdom, which, okay, I get it. You want the XP. But the fact that, like, how long he's hesitating here, how long he's debating, can I push top, can I afford to show myself, or even my Fort Spirits in this lane? That's definitely not a good sign.
Every time, I haven't looked at kills a lot this game. I'm not a big kills guy in Dota. You know, I think that's probably one of the least important metrics as the game gets later. Every time I look, though, it's like 31 to 31 or 34 to 34. It's such even, so close on Alberca. Well, he's about to ruin that for everyone.
May have just
he's
cursed
about to
it
be
again.
lucky number 35.
But guess what? They got Rex out of that.
Kiyotaka's coming in with a big trade.
Yep, as Invoker
By that
trying
I mean
to get away.
his life. He's trading his life away.
Nah, he's got BKB and everything. He just really doesn't want to use that BKB right now. Half of his health pool, totally worth it for like...
Hook is available. Send it in. God hook.
Radiant's middle tower is under
That would have been
attack.
scary.
Yeah, though this game, it's so freaking close. You don't want to risk all of it just for one God hook. I also can't imagine the pressure that Batuk must be feeling right now, because for him too, Enigma in late game, it just feels so stressful to play, man.
Everything rides on, to be honest, like 2 heroes for Yellow Submarine.
Radiant
You need this Enigma to get a decent black hole, and you need SF to just like hit shit.
Invoke just instantly deletes the squirrel, and he's not even
And
gonna
we're-
go for the gem. He's just like, nope, bye.
And we're back. 35 to 35. All is well in the world.
Unironically, I would not be surprised if this game ends with like a completely even kill score, because there is that Luna factor, right? So at least one of these teams can end while still trying to have the final team fight of the game finished.
Yeah, that's true. On the other side, Yellow Submarine's going to end the game so quickly, if they can get there, that it doesn't. The kills don't even matter, you know. They'll just take whatever they can get and then wreck your buildings.
Speaking of wrecking buildings, though, like now we're at the point with both teams having really good objective hitters, where a single team fight without like a single core having buyback or whatever can result in your entire base dying, because all of these towers, they're melting so quick. Same with the Roshan once it respawns in 1 minute and 10 seconds, because people are already trying to take control of this Roche area.
Oh, hook shot. Right? Just to make sure it still works.
Well, he may get punished for it as Luna on the way. In comes the circle saw. Hakoda still in a really dangerous spot with that cataclysm coming out, and Cox or no Cox, they gotta get something. Black hole is there, but Luna, nice response from the Beastmaster. He will be the one to die first, letting Bashka get out that BKB, get out that Eclipse as well, and trying to kill Rain. Bashka is the one falling low now. He has the Satanic, but SF is hitting so incredibly hard. Manages to roll out on the Earth Spirit. Bashka, can he get away? SF still making illusions, still saving him, but no.
Fights are just lasting a bit too long for Power Rangers, it feels like.
That Luna ultimate was also once again completely whiffed. This lack of an Aghanim Scepter is becoming so punishing going into this late game scenario. Because Luna, in theory, she always outscales the SF. She always has more resources and more teamfight damage than the SF. But she's not building all of that damage, whereas the SF is. He's just going full turret mode. He can get that Aghanim Scepter once there's no other way for him to get stronger anymore.
Oh, Kiyotaka. Crazy plays to be made. Let's see if he can do it by himself. It might be enough. It stopped it.
Enigma with the silence will be cleaned up. And yes, F was forced to eat his cheese, so he too can't contest this Roshan anymore, making it twice as rough and making this game swing around just as suddenly as that last team fight did.
What the hell? Insane by Kid. You know, it was almost even more insane. I don't know if you saw that from the roar. When they roared Enigma, it pushed Shigetsu onto the high ground towards another meatball. If meatball lasted like a fraction of a second longer, it would have killed SF. Completely unintentionally, too, mind you.
Yep. The triangle taken over, the vision, like the vision also has been such a crucial factor, because a lot of the times, especially with aggressive drafts like the SF, like the Enigma, it gets really tempting to make that mistake of, oh, let us put all of our wards in the enemy jungle, because there's no scenario right now that we can imagine where the enemy is going to get a comeback. Here, neither team has made that mistake, neither team has got cocky, and that's the only reason why this is going to be such a long and drawn out game that we still don't know who the winner of is going to be.
Well, not that Luna illusion, that's for sure.
I mean, nice use of the Illu though. Just wasting a lot of resources, and the initiation from Bashka with the circle. So
Oh
no.
my god.
Vroom vroom, bitches. 2 dead, Rex dead. Luna backs out as all of the buybacks come flying. But I don't
Luna
think
doesn't have buyback.
That's
Cannot
fine.
leave Luna for dead, guys.
Nah, she's got an Aegis. There's an Aegis and everything. Aegis is up,
But
Satanic
Kiyotaka's
is up.
gone.
Now the Aegis is gone. Now it's gotta be worrying. See if Kiyotaka
Oh my
comes back
God.
in.
The Boglings on the back also ravaged Alberca.
Oh no! Wait,
Luna's Hex.
the creeps!
Finally Kiyotaka comes back, but the damage has been done.
Yep, SF needs to be careful, but there's Enigma, knowing that there's only one more threat to him left in this team fight and instantly deleting it.
Megas ain't worth it. They're not worth that. Not this stage, not this point.
No.
Megas, I mean, they're good, they're great, but not when your Luna's dead 100 seconds.
Invo has a buyback. He's most likely going to get forced to use it up here. And at the start, that initiation looked really clean for Power Rangers. It's just once again what we said before. The fights are that little bit too long. And Luna does not have the Aghanims, because the Aghanim Scepter. It's such an important part of the Luna because you put it on the enemy hard carry, not to hit the enemy hard carry, but just force the supports away from him, right? Like you literally gotta use the late game Luna ultimates just to zone all of these supports away from the hard carry. And I get it feels really bad to build an Aghanim Scepter for that, but not having the Aghanim Scepter in a fight like that last one is also no option.
Yeah. Now Divine on the SF. Level 30. What?
Oh man.
What
Zero
do you do about
qualms.
this? You got 50 seconds left. There's no BKB on SF, so the Invoker buyback's gonna have to put in work.
SF already doing huge amounts of damage to these Raxes. Make sure it does at least the MP.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
Another Rax down. Should be uncontested. Be real here.
Dropping this Rapier would be so massive, however, because Luna also got one queued up. Because obviously, if you're not going to go for the End Blink Dagger and Aghanim Scepter, then you are forced to commit into the Divine Rapier at this late stage. But if you get one for free by killing SF, that would just be too devastating.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the next, 5 minutes where SF's dead forever. Well, Clockwork's dead forever. 2 minutes without him. A big nuisance in these fights too, so a good hero to get out, get off the map for 2 minutes.
And Power Rangers, I mean, this lack of vision could give them some openings, but they don't catch SF. Like, they don't have the means to catch SF, so I don't think it's guaranteed to be another team fight off of a support kill or anything.
Yeah, fair. We're just AFK now for the next
60
4
seconds at
minutes,
least.
are we? Like, well, you
60
probably
seconds
want
at
these buybacks, no?
I mean, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, you saw that incredible confidence with which the SF just pushed up. So I don't think Yellow
Yeah.
Submarine have any kind of issue risking it for the biscuit here. They know just how desperate the stakes are.
Dazun, Bloodright on Kiyotaka. Oh boy. Book of the Dead for Alberca. Jesus. I mean, these are some crazy neutral items. Stygian.
Stygian,
An
yeah.
Apex Stygian for Luna. Jeez Louise.
What does the SF have? Also a Stygian? An audacious one, though. Oh boy, SF has turned himself into twice as much as a
Ooh.
glass cannon. As both teams got to fight immediately that they got these jungle items. But, nah. Oh, maybe with the hook shot. They're gonna go for a
Here it comes.
re-initiation setup, but... Oof. There's that Luna's damage, killing 1, killing 2.
3 dead in the blink of an eye.
Buyback on the hoodwink.
Holy cow, Shigetsu.
Oh man. Yeah, Invoker just got blown up. 2 minutes, no buyback, and that black hole is there, the SF is there. Yellow Submarine, they definitely have resources to keep this high ground defended and to not let their enemies push.
You know, I blame you for this.
Why? Are you now also joining the club of like European casters that think I'm cursed?
No. I just think that at the beginning, before we were on stream, not gonna name names here, but someone said, "Oh, it'd be really fun to have a nice 70-minute slog fest."
Yeah, I was
And,
about to say,
here
for
we
a
are.
change, I'm actually being blessed, because this season there was teams dropping out, there was teams disbanding, we have lost out on so many potential hype and so many potential great games. This series, this is like Dota giving back to us right now.
True.
I did not expect the late game to be this boring. Like, I saw the SF, I saw the Luna, I definitely did not expect that this would be that 70-minute game. But it is Tier 3, Tier 2 Dota, right? Anything can happen. Though I guess officially we are entering the Tier 2, like, part of this tournament. Because Mouse is gonna play next, and Mouse have been looking insanely strong.
Everyone taking some time to farm.
I
I cannot imagine Conjurer's Catalyst was better than anything else that Till the End could have gotten. I mean, maybe Conjurer's Catalyst is really good. No one was willing to bobble it up though, which I find a little disappointing.
Yeah, a bauble would have been so sick. Or the other one. Like, I also really like the upgraded bauble. You know the one. Literally looks like the bauble with an amulet around it. Conjurer's...
Oh, is that not... Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, crap, what was the
Enchanter's
other one?
Bauble.
Yeah, Enchanter's Bauble, and what was the other one then?
The Curious Curio.
Yes, because Curio
Yeah.
into Bauble is so nice.
Curio into
I
Bauble
love
is
it.
insane. Curio into Bauble also does feel a little illegal.
It does, but it's literally the art implies that's what it's supposed to do. I just feel
I
like
agree.
the RNG aspect of it does not belong in Dota. Like, that's a little bit too much.
I actually think Curio should turn into Bauble. I think we should get a whole new tier 4 item to replace Bauble. I think it should be Curio turns into Bauble.
I do
My
think...
Shadow used.
Oh?
Reinforced spot BKB, hookshot misses as well, and Invoker's thrown in. All the spells, Kiyotaka, he's rolling his face on his keyboard. He's pressing his buttons, they're all working.
Meanwhile, Hakoda does not
Spirit.
get to press anything. A beautiful
Tried to
setup
kick her into
from
a
the
black
Luna.
hole.
Oh no.
So good almost.
There's
Okay,
the black
good.
hole.
Oh,
Oh, this is over. This has got to be over.
The
Black
ancient.
hole like
Wait,
that.
the ancient. Your
Wait,
base.
they gotta
Somebody
be
get
fed.
the base.
Holy crap! Power Rangers, they get another Leaves of Life. Maybe those megas were worth it after all, because with that black hole, like, I thought it was gonna be either GG or at the very least Luna immediately being forced to buy back, right? Everybody just rushing that dire base, saying, where's your carry at? But no, the megas are too strong. Megas MVP.
I don't think I've seen any Book of the Deads from Alberca either. Brother, send those in.
Now he wants to use it with the roar, like, he's only using it to attack people, because, no damage
Well, you know
otherwise.
what's better than attacking people? Winning games of Dota 2.
Fair enough. I mean, maybe he can do some funky rat stuff.
Throw the boys down the lane. Get them boys down the lane. It's not hard. A-click the throne. Look at the wave. The wave's already there. Put the boys on the throne. The wave is there.
See, I can tell that you're a support player, because as a carry, I'm really happy that they're not doing that. Because I'm usually that guy when I have a rough game and I don't have my level 30 and it's, we're being pushed in at 60 minutes.
He's
It's
putting
free
those
XP.
boys on the throne. He knows. Look, those boys are on the throne.
Yeah, but there's no Luna to farm them right now, right? Like, you don't have the risk of, oh, thanks for the free money and no push.
Oh yeah, I guess Enigma's really excited to farm those boys.
Yeah, Enigma loves those
Classic
boys.
boy farmer, Enigma.
I mean,
did you instead, as Alberca, just walk the creeps up one by one and die? Yeah, maybe he did. But what's it do ya? Roshan dies in the blink of an eye. The disarm is helpful, but it just delays the inevitable. Shigetsu, Aegis of Immortality in his pocket. He's not just happy to see you.
well, he's very happy to see that Aegis, because Yellow Submarine, they have been in a very defensive position. They have been literally canceling that last push just to defend their own base. So I wonder how, you know, this next fight is gonna go down. Since if they've taken in their base or with this amplified damage rune, either one of those would be a really free team fight. But Kiyotaka did scout out that SF has an amplified damage rune.
Radiant
Every time I look
scan.
back, I go, oh, we're still in this game. I take a sip of my coffee, I look back at the screen, I'm like, we're still here. It's a game that I think you could maybe not expect to go long, but aren't surprised either.
Yeah, pretty much. Because it is two teams that both want to end early. Like, they both have
Right.
momentum-based carries that want to end as soon as they have the snowball rolling. So now we are at a point, and we have been for at least 20 minutes now, where both of these carries are always able to fight. Both of these carries are always just way too overpowered to handle.
Which has now only been amplified through tier 5 items.
And rapiers, yeah.
And
Like,
rapiers, yeah,
it's
yeah.
so insane what's going on, and I really enjoy like how extreme the 60-minute items are, because they're extreme, but they're balanced extreme, right? It made no difference about this almost 50-50 game stage. Sure, there's a 2-kill advantage, but again, that was because of Power Rangers getting a free getaway from the last team fight, kind of. If it wasn't for the Megas hitting the Ancients, it would have been equal now. So, Yellow, don't waste the Aegis. Power Rangers, get that first jump, but nope, it will be their top support getting jumped immediately.
Send those boys into base. Get those boys down the lane.
I mean, they are. And just getting an SD, that's a pretty good deal. I don't think anybody minds too much on, you know, Power Rangers decide to sacrifice him for a bit of space and Aegis time. But Kiyotaka, he wants she gets his Aegis, he really wants that initiation, and he knows that without the save on the Luna from the Shadow Demon, they probably can't get it. He's gonna try. Perfect
It's
combo.
So much damage.
Yep.
Golly.
But with the Aegis, I don't think SF minds too much.
No. Oh no. The squirrel has found the zoo.
Wait! Beastmaster got greedy! He procced the roar. Okay, well, Bashka has the perfect circle saw, but a bit of a mistake from Beastmaster as F comes in trying to punish it, now loses his Aegis for that. But the Luna's already dead.
The damage has been done. Yeah. We're gonna have to. They're gonna have to be using like 3 buybacks here.
So Beastmaster with the like book creeps, he does insane damage during the roar, and that's why he got so excited to roar when Earth Spirit came in and immediately roared the Earth Spirit. At the moment that the roar was heard, there was a black hole right on top of both of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Kiyotaka's been caught.
Nah.
Nice tornado.
I mean, even without
Holy.
the tornado, they don't have any BKB piercing stun, so as long as he has BKB...
Yo, they just kill him.
Oh
Just
yeah,
right-click
F
him.
with the rapier, I guess, fair.
I've just 2-shots him. Time to defend your base. Time to do something about it.
Dire's ancient is under
Well, as F, really bad position, no buyback, as Bashka has used his buyback, but for that bad position, they make sure to punish the SF, make sure to take Roshan's banner. There's my 70-minute mark surpassed. And now I'm cool if the game ends, just because there's not gonna be that many developments, but maybe another fight like that one just now would be dope.
You got to go now on Power Rangers, or you're gonna have to deal with another round of these buybacks. Not full round, but a half round. Clock and Enigma are still a minute and a half ish away. Let them be a minute and a half away. Go now. Your buybacks are not going to get any better for another 7 minutes.
Agreed.
Get those boys and you down the lane.
Now it's time, and see, he is actively using those boys to push now that he knows there's not enough people to just freely farm all of those book creeps. You can actually use them to pressure objectives. They get those boys in the base, they get the Hoodwink stunned up in her fountain, and they stun and kill off the SF instantly as she gets to immediately calls the GG. But Duke comes out, just wants to go for that like last kind of flex, but that was an insane game from both sides, we gotta be real.
About a second rapier too on the SF. Wishful thinking, I guess. That doesn't go horribly wrong, but as fast as the game, I feel like could have been, it also ended just as fast as maybe it should have been in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Cemetery gets arrowed, it gets hit with like a quadruple star storm. He's dead. Shigetsu's dead by an eclipse because he gets nailed by something and stunned. I don't even know exactly what happened to Shigetsu at the end there. Maybe just not expecting Power Rangers to be at that exact place at that exact moment, but either way, they do the thing. They get the job done, and look at Kiyotaka's damage.
Yeah. Who do we give the MVP to? Question number 1, and question number 2, well, more like an explanation. I can tell you what happened there to Shigetsu at the end, because he was hitting the Luna. Luna, while he pressed the Satanic, got saved by the Shadow Demon, so he tried to turn around to get that heal from the Satanic, and as he did, the stun lock hit him.
Oof. Not ideal to say the least. If Yellow Submarine were gonna win, I had the MVP locked in with Lakota.
Same.
But it's probably got to be Kiyotaka from Power Rangers, right? Like, not even just I evoke her, I do lots of damage. The combos were clean. The rotations were good. The rat play with spirits and getting the racks were necessary for that game to be in the state that it was in.
Yep. And look at that double Bloodthorn, by the way. Not 1, but 2. That's how good of an item it was that game, and I don't think they regret building those. So, yeah, I think Kiyotaka. Let's just give it to Kiyotaka, even though Immersion is also a close contender with the amazing Shadow Demon saves. But I think he was the one that immediately came up with the Orchid that we both criticized. And he ended up being proven right regardless. So knowing what you're doing to the extent that you can think 2 items ahead deserves the MVP here.
There we go. Sorry, my headphones died. Hello, I'm back.
Oh, I just thought, hey, I was trying to get you to agree to name Kiyotaka the MVP, not for the combos, because Clean Invoker combos, yes, but Immersion also comboed everything perfectly. But we both hated on the Orchid, where the Orchid was such a large part of what made it work.
I hated the Orchid because I've seen Orchids come and go. I've seen Orchids be purchased and then never work out. And it's always that fear, that pit in the bottom of my stomach, that always a possibility, but Kiyotaka makes it work.
So, we'll give him the MVP and head to a little bit of a break after that 73-minute slug match. Because who knows? Because both teams drafted aggressive. It could be a really short series, but we may also be here for another 2.5 hours just to finish this first series of the day, chat.
No!
I'll see you all once we know more. Stay tuned. More amazing Dota coming up here at the EPL Masters. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are back in once again. Oh man, you put on the cap. That's actually a nice cap.
Yeah, I found it recently, so I was very excited, so I thought I'd put it back on.
Man, now I feel bad because I should have like worn my EPL t-shirt, but also it's covered in little black cat hair, so I currently got it in the laundry waiting to be done.
Mine's covered in dog hair, so I understand.
Yeah, it's fun, ain't it? I am jealous though, your dog is so cute. I do really appreciate all of those pics.
Of course.
Well, talking about cute things, Yellow Submarine, they're gonna go with that squirrel, which I'm not so sure is gonna deliver here, but apparently they were just picking it as a setup. Because, like, Hoodwink with Centaur in the lane is good. We know that much. It's been
Yeah.
a, like, really time-tested combo. But I don't feel like after that last game with the SF, you know, having, like, this much damage and bursting all of the squishy supports, Hoodwink is really the play here when the first pick SF is revealed. But with the snowball, it looks so hard to play against.
You know, I was really scared for you for a moment. You had two avenues you could have gone down there. You said, speaking of cute, and there was Dark Willow on one side and Hoodwink on the other. And you're a freak for going down either path, to be fair. But I may arguably chose the lesser of two evils.
Well, not in that way, cute. I am not a fucking furry, okay? Like,
you went on record saying it, not me, so just saying.
Yes, but like Dark Widow has like an actually attractive accent if you ask me, but I'm not a fairy fucker either, you know?
Fair enough. Someone's got to draw the line somewhere, you know, so you got to respect the line being drawn, you know?
Yeah,
so.
I don't judge. Like, everybody draws the line somewhere slightly else, and then there's like the trenches where everybody agrees, nah, man, that's just weird stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Enchantress is the line for most people. I think that's the common line.
Fair enough. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Dark Willow is the line for me, like, you know. Because that's no longer, like, human, okay, elf, or other, like, very humanoid fantasy race,
sure,
okay.
humanoid, yeah. Yeah, humanish.
But,
well, humanish is sort of what Lich is, too, right? Like, was he... Was Lich a elf?
Yeah, he was an
life?
elf, at least in Warcraft 1 lore.
Yeah.
He still has the elf ears. Like, look, he has pointy ears.
He does have the elf ears, yeah, that's fair.
But as long as we can both agree that SF is hot, I think we can be happy.
See, once again, two paths. I was gonna go say Lich, so same idea. We're both freaks.
I guess so.
I'm not too necessarily big of a fan of the Lich hero for at least what Yellow Submarine might be presenting as their lane. A Lich Lina lane sounds meh. It doesn't sound bad by any means, but it's sort of similar to like the Marana Luna lane. It doesn't have a good mouthfeel to it. It doesn't pass the eye test. You know, you look at it and you're like, I mean, I guess like they're both gonna spam their spells. It can't be bad, right? But
no, I agree with you.
It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have the same pop that a Dark Willow Mars lane does. Now, I also think Mars hero kind of doo-doo, but it's a pretty good Mars game. Like, this is, as far as Mars games go, I mean, this has been set up pretty well. I'm surprised that with the rise of Centaur being in pretty much every game, we haven't seen more Mars.
Yeah, though, as far as the Mars goes, he's so slow. Like, we've talked about that Enigma a lot last game. He was online so quickly. He was doing work by 15 minutes. If Mars, yeah, sure, you can try for, like, the odd arena at 15 minutes, but more than one-man or two-man arena, you're not going to find that early because you need so many more items to set up. And that's why, like, the moment the patch got faster, Mars just instantly fell off, despite the hero not being changed. Sure, some other heroes were being buffed, but Mars was in the top tier heroes the patch before. So the only reason why he falls off is he's not late game enough to play for a late game draft, and not fast enough to be the typical offlaner against this Luna, against the Shadow Fiend, against everything of these super fast in your face carries.
It's a weird pocket, isn't it?
Yep. You got this much of space, and that's your power curve. And if you miss it, then it's GG. But I will say, in games like this one, and like you said, the Centaur games in general, where you do hit that power curve, Mars can look incredibly good.
Yeah. the Mars as a hero is like the opposite of the potential Lich Lina lane. It's the opposite of the Mirana Luna lane. You look at it and you're like, yeah, this looks like a good Mars game. This looks pretty good. Looks like a decent Mars meta in general with the heroes that are popular. And then you like get in the game and you pick Mars, or you're playing with the Mars and you're like, oh wow, no, this is dog. This is really bad. Like it is so telling to me how poorly this hero fits into the current meta and like item timings and everything. When SF and Lena and Centaur and Drow and these like ranged turret heroes with low health pools are in every single game, and none of them are being threatened by a Mars, it's crazy to me.
Well, not just the Mars, but now another hero comes out for the last pick for Power Rangers that can threaten the Lina really well, threaten these squishy supports really well, but that's a plot twist.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, I like this considerably more. I didn't necessarily fully think they were gonna force this Lena to be the safe lane, because like we kind of said, it doesn't have a good field. It doesn't look good. This looks a lot better.
Yeah, I
This
was
looks
thinking
significantly better.
Lina may have been like switched around, but the Sven one position that did catch me off guard.
It maybe wasn't necessarily exactly what I was expecting, but looking at the Power Rangers lineup, Sven makes sense. It sort of just it is. It's good. It's a BKB buyer, keeps up with farm with the SF, just hits things really hard and doesn't care about arena. Are you kidding me? You want to arena me, brother? I dare you to arena Sven. It's not going to be a good look.
Yeah.
Warcry is phenomenal this game. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. This is, I mean, if we were back, 5 years ago, and this was still playable, I would be rocking to support Sven this game. Are you kidding me? Was so much value of Warcry through the Mars, and even like there's Storm Spirit. It's obviously he's a magical damage dealer, 100%, but he does still have those aspects of the hero does rely on right clicking. And if you can negate, let's say, all of his right click damage, sure, maybe it's only 50 out of 200, but if he's getting, 4 or 5 right clicks, it's going to add up eventually. So, I don't know. The value is just really good. Obviously, it's good against Tusk, too. Tag team and whatnot.
Depends on, like, there's at one point where Tusk has the Blink Dagger plus Snowball combo. That's when it kind of gets rough, but in the late game, like in the late game when you have your Daedalus, you kind of make up for that by just not focusing the Tusk at all. You just ignore him and hope that the cleaves hit him. Because if you cleave the Tusk a few times, he's not known for his health pool, he's not known for his armor. It's that snowball that ruins the carries this day. So yeah, around the 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the Blink Dagger timing of Tusk, I think he's gonna have such a good time with that. But after 30 minutes, that's when the Sven can really start cooking. And I wonder how well both of these teams are aware of that timing. Because last game, we both agree both teams made a few pretty big, pretty costly mistakes.
Yeah. I would like to see PR just sort of, they kind of have to run it down a bit sooner, I think, than Yellow Submarine. I think that once you hit like 45 minutes, I think Sven might just auto win over SF. Maybe. If they're equal farm, I'm just worried about, like, you hit that 45-minute mark. Mars stops becoming a reliable hero. Not sure what Dark Willow will have item-wise to deal with a BKB Sven who's
Yules.
like, stampeded, and Cart Lena.
Like,
yeah, Yules.
We talked about the Orchid and how there was even 2 of them because there was that good of an item last game. I feel like the Yules, even though it's a crap item this patch in general, and it's really lost favor. On a Dark Willow,
feels almost necessary.
Yeah, it feels mandatory on the Dark Willow, and on the Tusk it wouldn't be bad either. So I expect 1 Yules, and I would not mind the second one on these supports just because of how good it is for kiting the Sven around. Even
Essence Distiller Yules could be pretty sick.
Yes.
For the Willow, specifically.
Oh, Willow will love all of that insane regen and vision. I do really like that idea.
I think it is a little OP. I think if you remove Essence Distiller giving armor, I think the item feels a little bit worse to buy. I think it's still probably going to see a lot of play. I think that the fact that that item gives armor is so good for supports, man. Like even if it's just a little bit, it's like when supports were buying fluffy hats. They weren't stacking two fluffy hats because they liked how it looked. It felt good to just have a huge chunk of health all of a sudden. We weren't buying three bracers because they were
30
fun.
seconds to battle.
It was, had to live somehow, and you get the Pavis, the Solar Crest that was so good for so long. It's a bit too slow now. We still see it sometimes in like high physical damage lineups, right? But now we have so many like little items that just give you that armor that you need early on in the game.
I mean, for yellow
And,
sub, I still really like the idea of
yeah.
potential Pavis, just because they have two, technically three in the
Yes.
early game before Lina kind of gets her own
Yeah.
attack range and defensive items. Heroes that really benefit from that little bit of extra tankiness here.
And Lich is pretty sick with it too. Right? You can definitely do that, and you go Essence Distiller on the Hoodwink.
Yep.
I genuinely think that Essence Distiller should be a like must buy in almost every pro game.
I don't know. With the current supports, definitely. Like, Dark Willow in a game.
That's true.
Dark Willow
That's
against the melee carry, it's mandatory. Lich against the momentum-based carry, it's mandatory. So this game, I think, yeah, or well, not Lich, but Hoodwink, so that Lich can build other items. But you get the idea, right? Like, one of these two supports is gonna need to build it just to keep the vision on the Storm Spirit that's gonna run away from you, and on the setups from the SFs as well.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. With the because if you've got like Oracle IO supports, you're not building Essence Distiller. Heaven forbid you have both those supports on your team, but
Or
I get the
Dispels.
idea,
Like, there's also those drafts which I see a lot in the
so
current
like
patch.
a Largo and stuff.
Like, I love Slark, and you would be surprised how many people are stupid enough to build Essence Distiller into Slark.
Oh, see, it's funny is I don't actually hate Essence Distiller into Slark.
It wastes some mana,
Because-
but it's not worth it. You're so much better off
Well-
building literally any other good support item this patch.
That's true. I would never buy Essence Distiller for Slark, but Slark never makes me go, I don't want to buy Essence Distiller. I think that like you can play around it, right? It's like playing Dawnbreaker into Nyx or Silencer. It's awful. It does not feel good, but it is very playable.
Fair
You just
enough.
need to sort of use your head a little bit. If Slark dark packs and then runs into trees, and you Essence Distiller him, he's not regenning anything. He's a sad boy. He's gonna have to press Q again, which is not a big deal. But the time in which it takes him to, an extra 3 seconds, get the dark packed up and running again, is time that he hasn't regen into trees, which could be impactful in killing or not killing him. But yeah, like I'm never, I'm never saying yes, please. Ooh, a Slark. Let me queue up an Essence Distiller. Yeah.
I mean, again, Estes Slark, there's a really easy solution to that, which is that Sage, but Storm Spirit, ooh, gets his bottle just in time to not be the first
Oh
blood
my
there.
goodness.
I mean, again, it's gonna be a quiet laning stage, just like last game, I think, with the side lanes having very little kill potential until there's a few ultimates, other than Mars and Hoodwink. But
Yeah.
Dark Willow, every time that they've tried so far, Dark Willow was there saying like, nope, good luck walking through the brambles before your stun wears off, that kind of thing. So, as long as no mistake is made, top isn't gonna be a kill, and bottom lane, everybody is waiting for those level 5, level 6 moments.
Yeah. Well, I would agree with you that all the lanes are going to be sounds, but if you listen just very closely, you can hear the subtle cries of Storm Spirit in the mid lane as he has to
Appropriate,
lane
yes.
against this dog hero Luna, or Lena even. Just very slightly, the subtle tears.
Well, Storm, he needs his level 6 more than any hero in this game, and he will not have a good timing for that. But over on bottom lane, this would be an excellent timing for the first blood, because, yeah, Bashka secures it, and Bashka's
Who
gonna
cut
be
that
so
tree?
happy.
Someone cut that bushwhack tree. I think it was Bashka, but till the end might have as well with the tango. I'm not too sure. Either way, it was sick, whoever did it.
No, it was the Shadow Fiend. There was no tangos in the fight
Okay.
recap.
Oh, good shout. Good catch.
Always glad to help, but it is interesting to pay attention to exactly who makes the mistakes in these split-second moments. Well, over on top lane, there have not been any major mistakes, and I'm really waiting for them to happen, because again, well, mid lane is a super horrible lane for the Storm, and he's just not gonna have a game. It's after the laning stage that he kind of wants to play for.
Yeah. Yeah, he's chilling for like, I mean, I would say 6 minutes, but he's probably not getting that rune. And he's probably not hitting 6 by 6 minutes, so maybe 8 minutes. Maybe he's waiting for that nice 8-minute timing. Where he's 6 and he can get a rune, and maybe supports can rotate into his lane, and maybe you don't dive SF under a tier 1 tower. That seems like maybe a bit of a mistake, especially when you are exactly 3 raises away from death.
Yep, Storm Spirit, even with that Blood Grenade committed on him, he will live, but he will not get any kind of, runes or restorations. So I guess Power Rangers, they haven't given up a single return kill with this massive advantage now. And Lina is kind of getting more desperate, thinking, oh, but if I get that kill, it will be so huge.
Mm-hmm. The tears are getting louder, though, slowly. It's still a little slow. You do have to pay attention to them, but they're definitely there.
Oh yeah, 2 times now Storm Spirit had to, go back way to regen, which is just costing him so much time and so much space that he usually needs.
And now with Cemetery is going to sit here. Cemetery is going to be a little baby, and baby's at the mid lane, but I love the setup from PR, right? They knew that this was going to happen, so they're going to bring in heroes. They're going to feed Lina. They're going to feed Lich maybe a little bit. So what? They do the Lord's work. They get a kill onto the Hoodwink. And honestly, if they killed the Lich here, it would have felt even better.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But hey, at least Yellow Submarine, they do keep themselves away from that ownage scenario. They do still get a little bit of space, because of course, they're gonna be looking like they're losing the game the whole time until Sven can finally join. And Sven is gonna need his sweet time. So every time they get kills, every time they cut their own losses is a major win for Yellow Submarine, just because it's time for the Sven. Which is also why, as per usual, whenever I play my safe lane in my pubs, there will be 3 heroes, 4 heroes on my lane around the 10-minute mark. That's kind of what I expect from this patch, because it works.
True. Yeah. You ever hear? Yes, that I don't know if that's like a North American thing or not. It's acronym for "Keep It Simple, Stupid."
Yes, I know.
Yes. That's always how I like to view Dota. Not necessarily that it's a bad thing, but I forget when it was, and this had to have been years ago. Someone mentioned something about Dota players being lazy, and it really resonated with me, because it's not that Dota players, and I mean like most pro players in general too, it's not that they don't want to make the best possible play, they want to make the optimized play. If I am playing Lycan, I probably should maybe sit, hold on, Sven, top, speared up, stun from the Hoodwink, though. That stops everything in their tracks. They have no arena on Mars. And instead it's going to be a turnaround. Shigetsu's going to walk into a Requiem. Raze won't connect. Basha's not been on point with those today.
Yeah, that was the Sven ultimate, so they did use that God Strength, which kind of prompts Sven, hey, you just want to go jungle now, you just want to farm now. But I think Power Rangers don't mind it that much, because at the very least, they do not have that Mars ultimate yet, they don't have any of these big resources wasted yet, other than the Requiem being on cooldown, but SF, he too just wants to go farming when he presses his ultimate. Storm Spirit gets saved with a snowball, Lina gone on, and the beautiful stun is going to be set up, putting Rain in a bit of a bad position. However, Lich is there to save.
Well, I was going to say there's that action rune, but immediately, gets eaten up by Kiyotaka to fill himself back up to full. Mid lane, maybe a go onto Storm. I don't think they can kill him. Maybe they perfectly chain stun him. But he shouldn't get chain stunned, I guess is more of what I'm saying. Maybe they have to start with Lich grab. He should be able to see the bushwhack. But also, if Lich is walking up to you for a chains and you let him do that, you're crazy. You're insane for letting that happen to you.
Yeah, though, Hakoda, he is such a threat, just sitting behind Rain, waiting for the perfect moment to hit up that Frost Shield, and he does not mind dying for this. Out comes the Mars Arena, till the end, almost saved, but doesn't quite walk far enough. And now I'm worried for
What?
Power Rangers, because, like I
What
said
was
on
the
top,
plan
Dire
there?
structures are
I think the plan was to get 2, but the snowball whiffed, with the ice shards being a little bit off the mark. And Mars was like, crap, do I arena or not? He hesitated for a moment and then kind of changed his mind and went for it after all. Hesitation. Hesitation is where it went wrong.
Yeah, that was really weird. Because they don't have damage, right? They need 6 on Willow for their damage on subs. And, I mean, 6 on Tusk is cool too, I guess. It's not the game changer that I feel like it is with Willow. It allows you to make moves that you couldn't before. With the Willow 6. Oh, solo moves as well. I think Willow's one of those heroes that, yeah, not that you're always going to look for things, but you can absolutely solo kill heroes.
But you...
Until the end has not been looking good with these shard snowballs.
Yeah, maybe it's a ping issue, maybe he's just not that great of a Tusk, but I will say the shards have been off the mark more often than they've been on the mark at this point.
Yeah, and
They
Pashka as
pausing?
well, we're like missing some raises as well. I know it's 2 or 3 missed raises, so.
Yeah, but we're pausing. This is actually, well, maybe not hopeful, because I want the game number 3 always, something that you're gonna have to get used to me with me too, but I do think this game is actually looking pretty interesting and pretty, not clean from the side of Power Rangers, which is a good thing here, because the last game was a clean SF game, and that one, every time SF, like, literally just the SF was having a good game, right? And he solo carried so many team fights.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. You need a little bit more than a solo carry. Need your team to put in the effort too,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And right now his team is not looking good.
Yeah. Like, how do you make the space... Well, how do you make the space isn't the hard thing, but getting the vision to do so in the first place is, because you need deep vision and then to just smoke gank. But we saw it in the last game as well, where there was so little smokes, because both teams were having so much vision, always, rather than farming, going out of their way to place that one ward to keep your carry safe or whatever. And here it's a similar thing, except both teams are de-warding, because they have watched the last replay during the break, or at least, kind of quickly checked the map, saw, oh man, this is a lot of anti-wards everywhere. And now we're seeing even more anti-wards from both sides, so the map is darker, because more wards are being placed. Gotta love it.
Definitely feels like that'll always benefit the team that doesn't have the Storm Spirit.
Yep.
Even though it's not, good for anyone. Storm Spirit is very much a hero that relies on, and Mars too to a certain extent, right? But Mars vision usually is the vision that is in the middle of the fight, not the vision that's in the back lines or,
Dire are scanning.
coming up the rear or stuff like that, so.
Mars and Willow are now going to smoke up, realizing that for some reason, for some magical reason, they have not been getting done that much in the laning stage here.
These 2 heroes with their 6s should be able to kill anyone on the map. This is illegal to me that Alberca has given up so quickly on this. He might just die up here now, too, alone. 3 heroes are running directly at him. Oh, wow, that's an opening. That's certainly a choice of opening with a Chain Frost like that.
Shigetsu kills off Alberca, Kiyotaka gets the jump onto Hakoda, and Shigetsu also gets taken down by Bashka. So a 2-for-1 that features the Sven is exactly what Power Rangers needed there. I don't think they intended to lose the Mars like that. It was like a rough initiation at first, but they get the Sven, so it's worth it anyways.
The second they Chain Frost Mars like that, I hope someone is screaming to take that fight. I think Willow ticks out here to the slow burn of Lena, maybe. I'll let you finish her off. And Tusk as well, the slow burn plus the urn, the slow urn. It's too They can't really play with that. Well, it also kills the Tusk, and I think they realized that maybe the tier 1 tower is not in their future quite yet. Maybe their uh, later future, not their near future. That's for sure.
Nah, I don't think pushing is an issue. I think currently looking at the momentum, the main issue is Sven isn't quite snowballing while the SF is already having a free time. Because really it's supposed to be the other way around, where yeah, SF starts a little bit ahead, but eventually the Sven just bit by bit overtakes him. And here we're not seeing that yet, because every time that Sven does get some stacks, every time that Sven does get some breathing rooms, they're either knocking on his jungle or pushing a tower or trying to do something. So Power Rangers, they don't mind finally slowing down the game again after the laning stage and being like, okay, you know what, SF, you go back to farming now. And just kind of everybody else chilling around, making space, trying to get this Vision War to finally be good enough to actually initiate with like a Blink Mars Arena or whatever.
Yeah, they did just get that blink on Mars, right? So it
is there,
more
yes.
or less go time. Bring the Storm in as well, get those galvanized stacks cooking, and here he comes. Yeah, they're up top. Smoked up on a Sunday.
Power Rangers making their way into the top lane. I do like how aggressive they're being right now with Kiyotaka coming in, getting a beautiful setup on the Lich and just burying him in the Thunder. Oh, but now the real kill. This is the one they wanted, not even that Lich support, which is still great, because Galvanized stacks and XP for the SF, but now they get the main prize, and I'm starting to get really worried here. Like, actually, Sven, like, 15 minutes, and you're still not even second in net worth is just bad.
Yeah, it does feel like we're past that time, right, where Sven should be creeping up at least a bit closer to SF than, like, 2k behind, more than 2.5k behind him.
Yeah, Lina is still having a pretty good game, but now both sides at least have a mid laner that can play the game. Speaking of mid lane though, over on the mid lane, Dark Willow still fighting that warding where there's not going to be any kills just yet, but with the D ward, Mars wants to take the opportunity and go. Centaur, beautiful stampede, defensive Lich ultimate immediately, Dark Willow will dodge it, but Mars still gonna die. Follow up?
Rain's been doing a really good job at finding these like side lines. And like coming in from like the back and the side of these fights and just picking off a hero real quick and then moving on. Been very consistent this game. I feel like that's only gonna get better if you get like an Ags, you know? Yeah, absolutely. I mean it's looked phenomenal every time. It's cleaned up and changed, you know, the state of what was happening every single time it's happened. Now they've got their eyes set on a walrus.
Till the end tries to, you know, actually turn that around. And it's funny because he didn't have backup yet, but he still ran at them immediately. So they went back and then the Dark Willow teleported. So Yellow Submarine actually kind of fell for that bluff. Because keep in mind there was vision up that high ground like 5 minutes ago and now it's gone. So they don't know how much backup there is, but at least Shigetsu, he's finally back to creeping up. Very slowly, not as fast as he wants to just yet, but with that Mask of Madness and the Echo Saber, farming is just that little bit easier. Stacks are just gonna go so much longer of a way.
I'm just worried that his BKB comes a bit too late because of it, because it's just little bit further behind, you know? Oh, well... You know, I guess the Lich doesn't need to walk up to you to change you and you just zip right in front of him.
Lich, once again, using this Mars Arena against the Mars Tusk, at least with the Snowball, able to get out. Shigetsu, though, he wants this SF, and look at that damage. Bashka, he body blocked himself with his own Manta Illusions just to add insult to injury. And Sven, he's still trying so hard to get out, but at least they do get him in exchange. I'm not sure if this is going to be fully worth, even if a trade arises. Because yeah, Lich gets one more, and 3-4-2 in favor of Yellow Submarine as Hakoda wants immersion with the Lina coming in, getting the stun. That's one dead Willow.
What a weird fight for... I mean, everyone. Storm is a lot...
Still not done, a 1-for-1. Storm will lose some galvanizers out of that. And Mars tries to teleport, will make it. Sorry, what
He's
were you
gonna-
saying?
He's gonna lose a lot of galvanized because he just respawned.
Oof,
You
yeah.
just died back to back. He spent more. He spent 50 times dead than he did alive in that moment. That's so bad. Say what you want about how poorly Sven's, considered doing. Look at Storm's net worth now compared to everyone else.
Honestly, no, I think you're entirely right, because you called it way early when I was talking about this ward and war and how both teams had taken some lessons and how both teams had altered their ward wars. So, you said Storm Spirit can't really jump without good vision, and that effect is coming in here, because he still has to try and jump, but if he jumps into the dark, then he's just gonna die, and happening twice in a row means you're out of galvanizes, you're out of breathing room right now, like he can't just have that, kind of chill that he needs as a Storm Spirit to both push and hunt supports, but also be there for the kills, right? Because it's a delicate balance.
And you just need to grab your Mars, you need to grab your Willow, you need to grab your Storm Spirit Tusk. If you want to come too, so be it. And you just got to start making plays. You can kill anyone on the map with those 3 heroes if you just find them isolated. This Centaur, very killable. You just need to get him in an arena with Willow on top of him.
Radiant are scanning.
This could be a good opportunity. If they can scout this happening, they have the right heroes down here to do something about it. But it's happening so quickly from that God Strength right under their noses.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna get them any chance to contest on the side of Power Rangers. This is just gonna be a free shard for Hakoda, who Lich Shard is sick if you get it this early and for free.
Never gonna say no to that. Yeah, that's the feels good stuff right there. And Centaur now a lot harder to kill. Doesn't only just have the heart, but a blink dagger to boot. I think they are going to probably just ignore him. Too close to a tier 2 tower anyways to really make sense to try to all in him. So close to Alina.
$6K lead. Maybe I'm gonna get my game number 3 after all. Though, Power Ranger, I don't know. I'm not gonna write them off after how good the SF looked last game. They just need to get back this control. Like, the vision they just placed on mid is gonna help. Every bit of information, every bit of opening for the Storm to go in, take a support out before the teamfight even starts is what they're lacking, and they're trying to get it done. But the enemy thinks they want to contest Roche, and they weren't sure whether they wanted to go hard contest or not, right? Like, it was, hey, let's go into the Roche pit, hit it a little bit, see where the enemy is. But Yellow Submarine, they are now up on that pressure, because they thought that was a legitimate Roche attempt, and they want that Roche for their Sven. Sven gets his TP cancelled over on bottom lane, one-man Mars Arena. Is it gonna be enough? Okay, yeah, with Storm Spirit in there, definitely. Still taking them a while, but eventually they will get Shigetsu as Dark Willow dies for that. A beautiful spear, similarly beautiful Requiem, but the Requiem is not gonna cut it to save Storm. Because this lost tempo from those deaths is really coming in to affect him, as Tusk makes sure to keep the SF alive by not snowballing him for a change.
But now Burka, he's got to stop the blink. He can't.
Execution style. Well, at least this won't be another 70-minute game at this rate.
Something's gonna break soon enough.
Either it's gonna be the resolve of Power Rangers, or it's gonna be that momentum threshold for Yellow Submarine's draft. But for that, you gotta stop Yellow Submarine from farming. Because, yeah, you take out the Sven once more, and you see that without the Sven, they're looking a lot less scary. But it's still a really terrifying lineup. It's still a really terrifying matchup in terms of the spell damage it outputs. Whereas Storm, who was also supposed to be a terrifying burst damage dealer, is just not. Like, his bursts... Where is it? It died.
He's too far behind. He's way too far behind.
Yep.
He's only like 2k up on a Lich.
Which is kind of funny, because Power Rangers, once again, they have an SF, and SF will lose in late game to the Sven, just because of the melee versus range hero dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And still, I think Power Rangers really want the late game right now, just because those arenas and those Storm Spirit jumps are still gonna be good.
Because they need to wait for Storm Spirit to be able to do something, so they have to get him over this hump. And man, I don't think Lincoln Sphere is gonna do it for you, brother.
Fuel for my fire.
Man, there's gonna have to be so many items in this game. It's actually insane.
Dire are scanning.
Because Shigetsu, for him it's BKB and then a crits, I think, and he can play the game. Like, he doesn't need that much anymore before he's only gonna join the team fights and only gonna start hunting every opportunity he gets. Then Power Rangers, they're looking for him in the top jungle without any success.
Oh, but they found SF instead. Snowball, they take the ice away. There's not enough. Dusk dies, and on the back, Willow dies as well.
Yeah, that's gonna
Well,
be a
Submarine, they
three-man
want this
kill.
game 3. They want it so bad.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle
Mid-tier
tower
2
is under
gets
attack.
pressured in. And that's
no.
gonna be Mars.
What are you even doing there?
Radiant's middle
Like,
tower
good vid,
has
like,
fallen.
yes, good vision. Like, very good vision placed by Yellow Submarine. But also, why are you there on Mars?
I think he wanted the arena. I think he wanted to time the arena in a way that they can bring in the Storm and bring in the Tusk now that he has respawned. But yeah, really big backfire due to that little vision play around the corner from Yellow Submarine. I couldn't agree more, as this bottom tier 2 is gonna get set up on now. The map is slowly just lost for this Radiant side. Maybe Power Rangers actually focused a little bit too much on the vision, on the wards, on playing the same kind of Dota that Yellow Submarine play every game, and that's why they're kind of starting to fall apart here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's always funny to me seeing Centaurs top of the network. It happens more and more often nowadays.
Yeah, with the like Aghanim's rush, it's so easy to farm incredibly fast and be top of net worth on that hero. I do love the Aghanim's rush. Like, you can just rush an Aghanims and never build boots, and I love it. I think it's so fun because it's still a bit of high risk. It's really strong right now, I know, but it hasn't always been, and it isn't every game either. This is a good Centaur game. There is a lot of good Centaur games with the current meta. But if you have like 2 percentage-based heroes, then Centaur is such a crappy hero because of how reliant he is on, you know, having that strength, having that movement speed from strength.
Alright, Roshan number 1. I thought this was Roshan number 2 for some reason. I guess they didn't do it the first time. They just sort of kind of committed to it and then left on the PR, right? So
Yeah, PR tried to get it and got bullied out of the pit. And
Yeah.
now Yellow Submarine, they finally remember, wait, wasn't there something we've forgotten about? Oh yeah, right, Roche is still up. Let's go and get that. And get that they will, as over on bottom lane. No action is going to kick off, apparently.
if you're Power Rangers, are you waiting these 4.5 minutes? Or are you going to still look for something?
I mean,
Bottom tower has fallen.
I think you gotta wait. Like, maybe you can try and get a mistake forced over in this top half of the map. They're trying that right now. But I don't think, like, even if they kill the Lina, that's gonna be worth it. Because let's say you kill the Lina twice, you get rid of her Aegis, you immediately get that double death on her. You're still gonna have to follow it up with a team fight. Whereas if you defend base, yeah, you're probably gonna fight into the Aegis anyways. But a good Requiem will do so much more if you up that base high ground. They will find the Lina, as the entire team of Yellow Submarine is coming in to back up their mid laner.
Oh man, these shards.
Oh no. Till the End's having a really bad game, I will say. Like, these shards have not been on point.
Yeah, Kitaga's been doing some weird stuff too.
Well,
He's
as for
just about to get soloed by these subs.
yep.
And I guess Lena's going here to secure the kill.
I
Whatever.
mean, again, as for Kiyotaka, he had so many galvanizes. He still has 7, which is way more than he should have. But he doesn't have money, he doesn't have XP, he does not have anything else other than the stacks. And in late game, sure, if this carry was like a Phantom Lance or a Drow Ranger or something that wants to farm till 60 minutes, I can agree with that. I also only play for the stacks in those games. But here you got an SF, and Storm Spirit couldn't play because he was lacking the burst damage around the same timing that SF wanted to do nothing else but play Dota, right? Nice kill though, to start things off. They will get 2, and this is what I meant about that high ground defense being that much stronger as Rain. Trying to get out. Second kill on him would also be very huge. Stunned up, speared, snowballed. They will get him. Not without a return kill though. Rain makes sure he gets one more in on that Beyond Godlike as he dies with his last breath. Finally a team fight that Power Rangers do take. But again, I'm kind of rooting for Yellow Submarine just to give us that third game, give us that little bit of extra Dota action that, you know, after so many teams and stuff withdrawing, I'm really eager for every long game, for every close back and forth. Another pickup there onto Immersion, which, yet another small support kill, but they are not hunting for supports, they are hunting for, well, a good initiation for the Sven with the Centaur ultimate being ready again. Whereas Power Rangers really just need Requiem into Arena. Really gotta hit those.
They need something, man.
Yeah, they really need those big anythings right now.
Yeah.
Trying to go
Even the
for
Centaur would have been nice, but he's so tanky. Even with that DD on SF, they couldn't finish the job.
yeah, now they're in a really risky position because from 3 sides people are coming in trying to close, and SF manages to TP till the end. However, you can't even call
It's been
them,
a big sup diff this game.
yeah, you can't even call that like an ambitious TP, because ambitious means there's a chance that, you know, that you have any chance at all.
Right?
Storm Spirit, he may be able to get out, being a storm and all. Space
Thank
created.
goodness.
Space for what? I don't know yet.
You let me know if you find out.
I mean, who knows? Anything is possible. That is the main thing nobody should ever forget when watching EPL. These teams all have pocket strats. These teams all make mistakes, and yeah. Yellow Submarine, however, they just want to push the lead.
Yeah.
Like, I think last game they realized that they threw a bit, right? And I don't mean throw as an intentionally, but they panicked, they messed up, and it ended up costing them the entire freaking game.
They tossed it, you know? They threw the ball up into the air, and they very well could have been the ones to catch it. But they were in a room with someone else, and they caught it instead. It happened. But you got to make sure that once you're in possession of the ball, you're not tossing it around anywhere. It's your ball. Keep it. Don't let the other person have it.
I mean, you can't with these drafts, though. Like, I get what you mean, and I completely agree. Like, that was, you know, a toss is such a good metaphor, or like a pass that you really shouldn't have gone for. But I don't know. Like, these teams, they respect each other so much. They have such similar drafts in game number 1, whereas here in game number 2, they have such opposing drafts that it feels so impossible to play traditional head-to-head Dota, right? You can't raise the enemy hard carry because the enemy hard carry has built-in cleave and one-shots creep cams.
It does make it a little, you know, more difficult for sure, but feel like I have yet to see something big and meaningful from Power Rangers in sorry, let me just check my watch. About 33 minutes and 35 seconds. This is the most meaningful team thing that I've seen them do.
I do agree with that. Kiyotaka does have the Parasma, so he has damage, but he's still so susceptible to getting caught, getting bursted.
You mean like that?
Yep. But a nice save from till the end, so at least they burst the support instead of the Storm Spirit. Till the end.
The shard's weak. The snowball's on point.
Yep.
Give you your flowers where they're deserved. But yeah, the shards have been weak.
They have. I guess he's just not a Tusk player. Because, again, last game, I really wanted to give him the MVP just for those Shadow Demon saves, just for those last second Shadow Demon plays on the SF. And here he's doing the same, so he's still doing his main job. Alberca, though, DD rune or not, he's just gonna get broken. Forces a BKB at least, but...
Right, and the rest of Power Rangers are just hanging out over here, I guess.
But not really getting as much as they need, as F at least gets a BKB if he can teleport. That would be something, even if Kiyotaka gets left behind for that and tries not to get himself killed off.
That's just such a weird fight, man. Like, what's happening there? Why is that happening?
The Dusk is always ready for a fight.
Who's forcing you to be there with a dead hero? Is the squirrel is at any point is killing Squirrel worth it? Worth like the possibility of losing all that when you've been consistently losing all that?
Tusk. Oof, not worth it. Definitely not. I think they're consistently losing this game. She gets to Sven already pretty much done. He's gonna upgrade his blink and then he's basically 46 slotted. Dark Willow. Either buy back or put the GGs in chat. I don't think there's more Power Rangers can do. Like, they're just tilting themselves and making themselves go into the next series more tired. And I'm not saying they should GG out, because they do have those buybacks, but...
Stop loitering behind these stupid racks like this.
Yeah, I don't think they know nearly how
peeve
far
in
they
Dota,
are
man.
behind. Like, I really think they're sitting here like, it's fine, 10k gold differential, we'll come back in 10 minutes from now, but really it's like 25k gold difference. Oh, there we finally go. Mars Arena is there, Ball Lightning is there, Lich killed off. Kakoda trying to keep everybody alive is gonna die to Bashka till the end. Dies to Shigetsu for saving his SF a little bit longer as well, but now Shigetsu deep under the tier 4s, even for a fat Sven, it's gonna get a little bit too hot. As F, is he gonna buy back? He may have to, because Storm will go down though. Clean initiation, but too late.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
See you guys next game.
One last hurrah. One last hurrah, I guess.
As I'm gonna try.
I don't know if it's worth the mental.
I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so. Because that last fight, it was the good initiation they have been looking for like 5 times now. And they do finally find it, and it's no longer enough. So you're not just gonna need a good initiation, which is already hard to find. But they need a great initiation, right?
You need a good initiation, and you need your enemies to be asleep at the keyboard. So, you're asking a lot here.
Roshan also just machine gunned down by Rain there.
Alright, well, I guess Power Rangers, they get one more chance. Respectful, slow pace set by Yellow Submarine. Not that it's... I've been seeing a lot of games like this, despite being one-sided, despite it being 30k up. Game still goes for like 40 minutes. Which isn't a bad thing. I think like when you're playing in tournaments, especially like EPL Masters, right? Like you should be giving the opposition that level of respect
Dire are
and
scanning.
give yourself that clean sort of cut version of Dota where it's just simple like, okay, we want to end game. Do we have Roshan? No. Okay, we do not end game yet.
Yeah, pretty much. It may come to cost them, but I don't think with a 32k advantage that's gonna happen anytime soon until the end instead goes
Yeah.
down. I mean, you'd rather lose him than anyone else, like, because there was 4 people in the top lane and 3 of them are gonna teleport out immediately.
Alright, yo, Submarine. Can you finish it off? Oh my good God.
I mean, they got it within the next 3.5 minutes, or else, you know, it's gonna be another round of Roche waiting, and we may get another 60-minute game after all. But I do think this respect, like not overextending, not being too impatient despite this massive lead, is a large part of why they're still looking so strong. Because the comeback attempts are definitely there, and Mars is gonna try to make another one, but nope, says the Sven AoE catch from Lich.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, Hakoda has been playing so well this entire series.
He has, but this was such an outdraft as well, because you said how good the Sven Lich combo looked. I couldn't help but agree, and now we're finally late game enough for the Sven and Lich combo to actually do what it's supposed to and matter, because why would you beforehand, right? Like, why would you need the Lich Sven combo when you could just sacrifice the Lich and have Sven wipe the team anyways? Shigetsu wants to end so badly, Storm Spirit's gonna get perfectly chain stunned. Not worth the mental.
No, probably not. I mean, they are dying, to be fair. Cemetery is the only one hitting the throne. Hit the throne, boys. Yellow Submarine.
Oh,
like, oh my God,
SF?
we have to the throne. No, they got it. They got it.
Nah.
I do like the bit of panic at the end there.
Yep.
It's just Cemetery hitting the throne. I'm like, oh, wait.
I like that Punisher meme. Man, I'm so sad they canceled that show. But, that also felt really punishing for Power Rangers. Because, well, yes,
Yeah.
the supports played a lot more sloppy, especially till the end. 15 deaths, and I will say, even though a lot of them, like the snowballs, were really good, and a lot of those deaths were to, you know, keep the carry alive, allow Bashka a second hooray. The ice shards were too rough. He just had a really rough game, also in part of his lane matchup. And Kiyotaka, meanwhile, also had a super rough lane. So 2 people being set up for a hard game, and then, you know, the mental effect coming in, I think it all just added up to the perfect storm for Yellow Submarine here.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? They were looking for the perfect storm on Power Rangers.
Yep.
And Kiyotaka definitely did not deliver that.
I mean, early Lincolns I really love. It feels so good if you can get away with them, but they're definitely the kind of thing that you build when you're ahead, and they made a brief comeback. He thought, okay, commit for the Lincoln Sphere, and then it backfired right at him again.
Yeah.
So,
well, you get your wish. The stars have aligned.
They always do for me. See, I'm a noble by, like, birthright, so technically my very destiny is written in the stars. They just refuse to listen most of the time. But joking aside, we're gonna head to just a little bit of a break, because game number 3 indeed, and after this we have another really, really good series coming up, the Mouse one that a lot of people are excited for, because new Mouse is definitely an interesting little combination, just like this one has been. But I think in the last game, draft mistakes are gonna matter so much, so we're gonna head to a little bit of a break, and then you guys can see what these teams are drafting together and how hard it's gonna backfire on whom.